This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Figuring out some few little things here. Gonna have a little issue, so you're gonna have a weird view of me for just a second here as I kind of work this out. But welcome to OMFL Draft number 91. I'm trying to pull up my stuff here because it takes stuff to run this stuff. Yeah, don't know that that's gonna work, so we're gonna go with it like this. Let's see if we can't get it up on this computer. I apologize. What's up, Nipple? Good to see you. It's been a non-draft so far. It's been a hell of an off season. We've only got through 7 picks here, or 6 picks really, as we sit on number 7. I should have some co-hosts that are joining me a little later. We have went back to Discord, new layout, new kind of everything. So I hope that you enjoy this, enjoy what we've kind of got going up for you here. Yeah, it should be good. Looks like Nipple's having a good time with the emojis. All right, let me jump in and see if I can't catch us up with where we are here at pick number 7. We're going to start the draft live here. I don't even know what time it is. That's how my life is going right now. 20 more minutes before we start the live draft. So let's go over here and get to the drafted players, which it's kind of went as we kind of expected. Chase Young went number 1 to the San Francisco 49ers. You can see that here. They were looking to add in some heavyweight defensive material, and you tag him with Bosa, and you got a hell of a combination right there. Buccaneers take Tua Tagovailoa. Saints took Joe Burrow. Texans draft Isaiah Simmons out of Clemson. So Texans adding some speed and athleticism there to that defensive front. And here's one of the more intriguing draft picks for me. I have no clue what he looks like. I haven't talked to Cooley. I don't know what's going on. What's up, Deep in the Gap? Good to have you here, man. Super excited, Deep, to see some of your articles that you're going to write up. And yeah, I'm excited to have you part of the crew now. But the Lions take Justin Herbert out of Oregon. Again, one of the more intriguing prospects in the draft. I almost took him with my pick at number 3. I think he's going to have pretty good arm, probably the best arm in this draft. I think he's going to have speed. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think he could possibly be the best quarterback to come out of this draft. I got nervous and I didn't pick him. And then the Miners took Henry Ruggs as they continue to add firepower to that very, very explosive offensive front there for the Miners. I mean, look, Colin understands how to use these types of players. He understands where to use these types of players, and he's going to do just fine there with Ruggs into that offense. Trying to see if I could bring up, I don't know why it's not bringing, I guess this is the regular draft board. So we'll leave it right there. So there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff for us to really talk about. Right now is really just kind of getting everything up, making sure everything's running. I need to update kind of my spreadsheet and such. As you can see, kind of working here. Yeah, good, Kev. Yeah, I hope so. There's a lot of money invested into this little setup that I've got going here, and we've got cool new things. So I don't have it set up because I couldn't, but we'll be able to bring it up without the chat. We'll be able to go full cam. I don't know why anyone wants to see this face full cam, this unshaved face. And we can even go with that one there with a little be right back. So anytime somebody's here in the Discord with me talking and I need to step away, you guys will be able to see that. So yeah, some new stuff here. It is not finished. It is on its way to being finished. And it looks like we got Maniac and Cooley and Kevin here with me. I know that Penguins and Rob are going to be joining me just a little bit later. So yeah, lots of friends are going to be joining us, and it should be a really good night. Cooley, I don't know if you're able to be on the mic or talk on the mic or any of that stuff. I don't know why my kid is outside this door right now, freaking out with his dog, but kind of is what it is, right?
What's up?
What's up, Cooley? Talk to me about A-Bear, bro. Herbert, not A-Bear. We say A-Bear here in Louisiana, but
Yeah,
tell me about Herbert.
You had an A-Bear there back in the day. Well, I probably would have taken Burrow if he was there. So when I was hoping I would get one of these top 3 guys when I had the 5th pick. So I was glad that Herbert was there. I think he's, I like his arm strength, obviously, but he's pretty fast.
What is it? I haven't seen any of his stats. So
he's 94 throw power.
Yep.
He's 84 deep, 85 medium, 84 short. So he's very simple. I don't know what Burrow's was, but that's almost
twice
exactly
the quarterback of what Burrow is. That's
almost exactly the accuracies of Tua.
Yeah.
I think probably the reason Herbert's lower is he has 63 awareness and 75 under pressure, and I think those two things were lower than what Tua had, but obviously his throwing power's a little bit higher. So those are the trade-offs. They're pretty similar, and he's pretty fast. He's 83 speed, 84 acceleration, so he can move a little bit even if he's a pocket strong arm guy. So I'm excited to get him. I didn't love O'Neal, the guy that I had, even though he was rated very well. He just
Evidently,
didn't play
no
that
one
great
loved
for
him
me.
though, because no one even went after him.
Well, I think they wanted to, but he just wants so much money, nobody can afford him. He wanted 6 years for 166 million, and I just don't think if that's a lot of money, and probably most people don't have that now to pay if you're paying other spots. So he's a cap casualty. He would in real life he would just have to take a low number, but on Madden he can't. So, but I'm excited with that pick. So, hopefully he should be fun to play with in this season. Try to win the NFC North as a rookie.
Yeah, I think he's the best quarterback coming out of this draft by far. I think Tua will kind of give him a run for his money. People think it's a smokescreen, but Burrow will not play unless there's an injury or something. When my season finally is over, I may play him just for the fun of it. Yeah, I think he's going to be the best quarterback coming out of this draft, and it looks like I'm not going to have a draft sheet tonight. So there may be no draft show tonight, guys, because if I have no draft sheet and I have nothing to talk about, it kind of defeats the purpose of trying to do a draft show. So we'll give it a wing. We'll hang in there as long as we can, but without me being able to get a draft sheet working, it's useless because I have nothing to talk about for 3 hours, except for name off names that come up on my screen that I don't know anything about because I don't have anything written down. Couple picks here. Number 7 here in the first round. As you hear my son's crazy dog come in. Why are you round that dog up?
Because she's fun.
So number 7 here for the Raiders, and the Cowboys at number 8, Browns at number 9, Saints at number 10, Dolphins, Cowboys again. I think the Cowboys actually have they have 2 high picks. I think the Lions have a couple of high picks. I think the Lions have a bunch of picks, early second and into the first. So he's got a ton of picks.
Traded them all.
Oh, did he? He traded them all?
The Lions. I mean,
Not the
this was
Lions.
my only.
I said
Yeah.
Lions. My bad. I meant the 49ers. I'm double zeros. It's stuck in my head, and so that's exactly who I was just now thinking about. But God, yeah, I feel completely blind without a draft sheet. Like I have zero to do here. There's our first cornerback off the board, Jeff Okudah out of Ohio State, which I think he was actually the first cornerback to be taken in real life too. 77 overall, going over to the Raiders. These cornerbacks didn't have a ton of speed from what I remember. There was a couple that had some pretty nice speed and some potential there, but nobody that really jumped off of the page to you. Let me see if I can get this going again. Again, I have no draft sheet. I can't even tell you what I think might happen in this draft or what could maybe happen in this draft or any of that fun stuff. So, see if I can't catch my sheet up real quick. Here's what we're going to do. It is 7:48. This is already quickly becoming the worst draft show that we've ever had here. Let me just be right back. If you're here in Discord chat, go ahead and either keep it silent, or if you're like Maniac or Cooley, if you want to jump in, or I don't know if Penguins is in here yet, or Rob. I don't think Rob is. Guys, you can go ahead and feel free to talk. I know that Maniac, you're on and you're making your pick right now, so maybe you can talk about your pick. But I'm going to update my draft sheet real quick, and then I'll come right back.
Yeah, Maniac, what are you doing? What are you going to do here? You got two picks here close together.
That awkward silence. Either that, or he's got something planned that none of us should know about.
Well, I don't know what he needs.
Yeah, I'm not sure which way he's actually going to go at this pick.
I'm going to look at his roster. Because he's definitely been talking about a quarterback because he let Dak go.
Yeah, but we saw a lot of those go already.
He may think about going with Eason. I mean, he's still pretty good. I mean, he and Love are still decent quarterbacks. I mean, he's going to have somebody. If he doesn't have any cap room, he's not going to start at 66 overall. Matthew Edwards.
Yeah, definitely not going to do that.
He also could use running back. Tony Pollard is his starting running back. He's okay at wide receiver. So I would guess probably running back or quarterback. And those may be the two. He's got two picks, so
yeah, maybe long shot he goes defensive end because he still never really replaced DeMarcus Lawrence, so maybe long shot he goes defense since there's still some solid defenders there.
yeah, his back the back seven he has, I guess you'd call it that, is in good shape, pretty good shape. So he could use defensive line maybe, or probably one of those skill positions, I would guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, D-Money posted Burrow's picks. So he has 87 deep accuracy. So his awareness and his under pressure better than Herbert.
Yeah, he's definitely not bad at all. I mean, not sure what his athleticism looks like, but you'd have to imagine he's not like a Peyton Manning statue at least.
No. All three of those first quarterbacks have pretty good accuracies for rookies, so they should be.
Burrows is poop. I don't know what both of you are talking about. He's not a good quarterback. You guys
He's
are
91
mixing.
throw power.
You're mixing the real life Burrow with the Madden Burrow, which is not the same player. A 91 throwing power statue is not going to work at all in the NFC South.
What's his speed anyway, Nate? I'm just curious.
78.
Ain't
It's
that
not
bad.
That's not that bad.
Are you guys out of your mind?
I think you're the
running
only one
around
out
with
of
a
their mind.
78 speed running back. I mean, a quarterback. You can run around with one of those
Yeah.
guys.
I mean,
on.
I ran around with Goff a little bit like that, and he's slower, so.
No
I
way.
mean,
It's
I
never
don't
gonna
run
work.
around a lot anyway, but I might try to a little more with this
Hell yeah,
new guy. But he's only
crazy
like
not
an
to.
84.
I like Herbert.
Yeah.
I think he'll be rookie of the year by far. Man,
Wow.
Maniac's taking a long time with this pick. Is he really mulling it over here? Did he fall asleep? You have to take a poo-poo? I don't know what's going on here. It looks like
He's
I got a half of a draft board up, so we'll wing this as long as we can, and when we get to a place where it's boring, we'll call it a night, just finish it out the old-fashioned way. So it should be fun, though.
I'm a little surprised that Ruggs is only a 95 speed. The wide receiver from Alabama, because
Are you?
I think he probably should have been like a 97.
Yeah, according to his 40 time.
Yeah, he's super fast. I mean, maybe his catch shouldn't be that high. Maybe you do something like that if you only wanted to be a 73, but I don't think his speed's a question. I mean, I think he's super fast. I mean, 95 speed's not nothing to be mad about, but
Now, you don't see a lot of 96, 97 speeds here in this Madden for some reason. You just don't have a lot of those top-tier guys. Andrew Thomas, left tackle out of Georgia. Let's see if I've got him on my little teeny board I got here. Actually, do not. I don't have. Oh, yes, I do. I'm sorry. Andrew Thomas out of Georgia, a power guy, more of a run blocker and a power guy. Did 33 in the bench press. He did run a 5-second 40. I don't know why in real life there was like this fascination with offensive linemen's 40 times, but clearly this guy is super athletic. And on my board was the #1 overall rated player. And I didn't think he would go #1, but he was the player that I thought was ranked #1 in overall talent. And so a good addition there for the Dallas Cowboys. He looked like they lost some offensive line. I know I signed Collins mainly just because he was an LSU player, and I don't have many LSU players on my team, so I went ahead and added him. But it looks like Dallas is starting to try to rebuild that offensive line. It's a completely different offense. Like you guys were talking about his quarterback situation. He's got a running back situation there. I don't even know who his running back is. But I know he traded off, of course, Elliott. So it's a different team, right? And it's going to look completely different this season.
Tony Pollard is his running back, and I think you should only draft LSU players this draft.
I can do that.
There are plenty.
There are tons. The entire offense was drafted in the NFL, so I just want to point that out.
So there you go. You started the first pick. Just keep it going.
All right, the Browns are now up, and that's Massimo with one of his high picks. I've seen that he was talking about the Pro Bowl today. No Brownies elected to the Pro Bowl this year. Kind of a down season there for the Browns, but new owner, an offensive firepower-minded guy coming into Cleveland with a team that's built very defensive heavy. It'll be interesting to see, how Massimo makes that transition over to his new team. can he make that transition over to the new team? Or is this more of like I'm doing this for Madden 21, and that's really what I want that pick for, because this team is built to fit, chaotic in that defense that he really built over there. So Massimo's got to go offense here, right?
He has Odell and Mahomes. Nothing else needed.
Yeah, possibly.
And an import running back that's
there he
really
goes.
good.
He goes CD Lamb. So CD Lamb off the board, just like I called it. I knew he was going to go speed. We know that Massimo loves his speed. He, put up highlights after highlights after highlights, of course, with the Kansas City Chiefs, and even traded off all the really good players. He goes out and adds CD Lamb. I don't have CD's 40 time, but I'm sure it's blazing. I'm not even sure if he posted a picture. So let's talk about CD when I get back. I'm going to go ahead and make my pick real quick. I'm going to go on Be Right Back, which means I'll hear you guys, but they won't hear me.
I think he ran like a 4.45 40.
Yeah, I think it was around there.
Because I was gonna take him.
Yeah, that's a good pick for him. I mean, the Browns have a good offense already, so he's just adding to what's already there. He's got a great tight end.
He's got Mahomes. He's got Mahomes again.
Yeah, he's got Mahomes. Again. And George Kittle. And Odell.
I couldn't figure out passing this man. He probably one of the best passers in the league.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
You would have been better if you had Tyreek Hill, because nobody can cover him. So it would have been a little bit better.
I could probably still have Hill and probably suck at passing.
Even when you tried to run with him, you didn't have any defenders that could.
I don't ever get that crazy blocking time to be able to get that deep pass off. Anytime I ever try to go deep, it's look, oh, set.
Yeah.
So he posted Lamb's at 91 speed, 92 acceleration.
So I just give the ball to Foster. Let him do the work.
So Lamb's good. He's fast.
He's really
Crazy
balanced,
fast,
actually,
fast.
too.
Yeah, he's good.
You really don't have to do much with him at all.
All right, I went ahead and I went Trey Diggs. I heard that Lamb had 91 speed, which was shocking. I thought it would be at least 93 or 94, somewhere in there. Of course, I wanted my guy Fulton, but those, I don't know. I just felt like Diggs was the better player, and I like Diggs' height. 6'2", slot out of Alabama. 90 speed, 91 acceleration. Meh, it's okay. 77 man coverage, 75 zone. That's pretty good for a rookie. 70 tackle, I love. 68 presses, okay. 73 catch is pretty good. Can't get off of blocks, and only 65 awareness. So definitely still needs some work, but not a terrible pick here for number 10. All right, it is 8:01, which I just realized. So we're going to go ahead and transition into the real draft. So we're going to turn it on, and it's going to be Kev up. So Kev, the Dolphins, the Packers, the Texans, the Steelers, the Jags, and the Bills. I know that a couple of teams have said they won't be around, so feel free to tag me in if you know that I can go ahead and skip somebody. Either say it in the chat on Twitch, which I think I'll be able to see, or just tell one of these guys and they can tell me, and I can make sure that I'm skipping. Jerry Jeudy, probably my favorite real-life player, going over to the Miami Dolphins from Alabama. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. 6'1". I don't have a ton on him. He's going to be more of a deep. He's going to be just a route runner with really great hands. I love his size. Again, in real NFL, my favorite receiver, even though he's from Alabama. I just think that kid has all the tools. He's going over to Miami. I was talking to Kev this morning, right? Kev's in the chat right now, and he hasn't had a winning season. He hasn't made the playoffs this year, and that's not normally like Kev. He's usually there in the hunt, and it's been a tough go for him. So he's adding some firepower there. Jacob Eason, there's the quarterback for Dallas. You guys were calling it a while ago. You thought he might take him early, but he falls down here to number 12, and he grabs Jacob Eason out of Washington. I don't know if he's going to post, if Maniac's going to post pictures. I didn't love this pick. Definitely don't love it in real life, but I don't know. Do you guys think that this is the guy who can turn the corner there in the NFC East and help the Cowboys start getting back in the playoffs? It's so funny. I guess I'm back by myself, so I'll just keep rambling until I hear more voices pop up. The Packers and his halfbacks, man. He loves his halfbacks. He's got this man crush on halfbacks forever and ever and ever. I can't quite explain it, but he takes Jonathan Taylor there. Good pick there for them. He's got to have 50 of those dudes on his roster. I don't have any halfbacks on my small little board here, so I don't have anything on Jonathan. And my assumption, he'll probably be an 87 to 89 type speed halfback, 74 overall here with the 13th pick. It's going to be a pretty good pick there for them. Derek Brown, the first big defensive tackle off the board. This is a guy that I was actually told that was going to go number 2, and we can clearly see he did not go number 2. So Derek Brown out of Auburn goes over to the Houston Texans. They added Simmons with their earlier pick. And so they're really beefing up that defense and adding some monsters there. This guy's 322 pounds, 22 years old. He's going to be making plays for them at 6'4", just a monster of a man. Can really get off of blocks and get out there and make plays after the quarterback. It's going to bring up our buddy in here, Mr. Penguins and the Steelers. And then you got the Jags, the Bills, the Eagles, the Cards, the Jets, and the Redskins all coming up after that.
Wow, that halfback had 92 speed.
Wow.
That Priest took.
That is not what I expected.
92
really
speed,
good.
92 acceleration.
Yeah, that's way better than what I expected to see.
A lot of upside with him.
Judy turned out pretty nice though. 91 speed, 93 acceleration, 81 catch in traffic, 92 jump.
All right, I'm going to have another draft sheet here that might help me a little bit more. What do you think the Steelers go here? Is this who is this? It's Rayburn. That's right. He came over from the Deuce. Look, Penguins, that's your old team. What do you think they're going here? And that team is built for defense.
He has a couple holes to fill in the secondary at safety. He needs to look at those. Maybe an offensive lineman or two, and probably definitely a tight end. But other than that, that's all he needs.
Well, if he
It
didn't
looks
set his
like
draft
he
board,
is
he's just going to get
not
whatever they
around.
give him.
He takes
Well,
AJ
that's not going to
Esperanza
help him.
right in out of Iowa. Let's see what I got on him. I think I do have a couple of those guys on my little draft sheet here. AJ out of Iowa, 280, 6'6", a real tackling machine, can really get after the quarterback. I don't have any combine stats on him, but it looks like a good young player. 7'4" overall is a good pick, but as Penguins just said, doesn't really fit that team or the need of that team.
No.
It's going to set up the Jags. The Jags have their franchise quarterback. They've got some really good players on offense. Now, he's always been a defensive-minded player. He's kind of a defensive guru over there. He really knows how to build those defenses. So it'll be interesting. I think he can really go best player available here if he so chose. I don't know. It should just should be interesting to see exactly where he goes here. All right, you're watching season 91 OMFL Draft, the most boring draft show in all of OMFL history. It's just the way it worked this way. And it's funny to me because I put all this work into this stupid new system that we have here and the new layout and the high definition 1080p and the good audio and just all the work that's went into this. And yeah, it's just the way it happens. COVID-19 has jacked up all of our lives, and so be it. But we're going to get through this, and it will still be fun, and we're going, for God's sake, to enjoy this last season some way, somehow. Oh, my God.
How did that corner turn out?
I beg anyone to please find out who's not here, because I hate watching this clock click all the way down. The cornerback was okay. I mean, he'll start because he has to. He's not a finished work. He still, of course, needs help, but not bad. I like him much, much better than Burrows, who will ride the bench. Thanks
He's
for
got
the
more throwing
follow,
power
guys.
than both of my quarterbacks.
What was that?
He's got more throwing power than both of my quarterbacks.
Does not speak well to your quarterback situation. Yeah, I have no information on any halfbacks tonight. I'd love to hear if, well, clearly he wasn't around. He didn't make the pick. This is my pick number 17 that I traded away to the Bills so that I could draft a backup quarterback at number 3. Yuppie me. I think, look, this team, he got Anzalone, who's a good playmaker for him. A lot of speed in the middle of that defense, will make plays. He's actually a really good defensive player. He doesn't, I don't think, get the nod for that. And he's got a Pro Bowl receiver that's been making the Pro Bowl ever since he joined the Bills. That guy's just been making plays over there for Buffalo. So, you know, does he go running back here maybe? Like, I don't know his entire team here. Offensive line, I know, is a big, big need. That would be the smart pick here. Only a handful of offensive linemen have went off the board, so there's still like some potential really, really good guys that are left. But I don't know exactly, you know.
Doing halfback. Swift.
Is that the smart move here? I want to show off the merch. We got to get the OMFL merch going here. DeAndre Swift, is that the smart move here, though? Like, you could pretty much plug and play a running back from a lot of different areas. I mean, this guy's 71 overall. You need offensive linemen. I just don't know if that's the best move for that team.
Well, he had A- ball carrier vision, A- carrying, and B+ break tackle. He was ready for his second round. I don't know.
Kerryon Johnson as a starter, who's going to be a lot more highly rated than that. So I don't know.
Especially if these guys are not imports.
Impact starter.
Yeah, these guys are not going to be imports. There's no abilities, which I think is going to change the way this game plays and feels. Yeah, I don't know. You know, if you need offensive linemen and you're this early in the draft and you know that you've got some opportunities there, to me, you got to go make the pick. So you got Rob here at pick number 19, Jets at 20, Redskins at 21, Panthers at 22, Browns at 23, Patriots at 24. Who is deep in the gap? I forget which team he took. Because I know for sure. No, it wasn't deep. It was Trey. Trey told me that he could be skipped, and I don't remember what Trey. He is Carolina, so we'll skip Carolina. You guys can help me stay on top of that. Julian Aquad, I don't think I said that right, but I tried my best. Out of Notre Dame, let's see what I got on him. He skipped my LSU guy. Out of Notre Dame, 240, 22 years old, 6'5", a big guy. Good block shedder, really after the pursuit. Ran a 4.48 40 and did 27 in the bench press. A very athletic linebacker, probably like most linebackers in Madden, probably dumb as bricks, but a very athletic linebacker for a team that doesn't get a lot of credit. I think that Rob and his Cardinals are one of the most athletic, fast, speedy, well-rounded, good teams. He just happens to play in the NFC where there's Money, who's won 19 Super Bowls in a row, and Mo, right, who wins a lot of games. But I'm telling you, I think
you can skip this one.
Okay. Where the hell's Cly at? He's usually always here.
And you can skip the Eagles next time too.
Yeah, you'll have to, if y'all can help me, because I will not remember that. The Visca Chenault? Is it Chenault? I don't know. A wide receiver out of Colorado. Is this a speed guy? This has to be a speed guy.
Fast.
Yeah, 6'2", so a lot of size there. Deep threat, Really good release. Oh yeah, ran a 4.42 40. I do have his stuff. Did 16 on the bench press. So looks like Clyde's got him a big receiver that he can throw outside there. Who is Clyde's quarterback? Like, who does he have at quarterback? I know that he went out and got Rivers, old man Rivers, a couple of seasons ago. He and I kind of had a little hammering trying to get the same guy. But who's his quarterback now?
Green, a rookie he took last year.
Oh, that's right. I remember he took that guy in, I think it was the first round, like late or mid-first round, something like that. I know I could skip this one. Cool. Here's what I'm going to do. It's back to the Browns. I'm going to toss it over to you guys. They will not hear me. You guys will still be able to hear me, but they will not, and I'm going to look at my pick.
Clyde's guy was LSU's. So he was Joe Burrow's. Joe Burrow took his spot. But he's at 87 throw power, so Nick could have got that. I'm really mad.
What's up?
Going through some picks now.
It's the speed round.
Fellow NFC East guys are voting up for wide receivers, so the Eagles took a wide receiver with their first pick, and the Redskins take KJ Hamler, 94 speed, 94 acceleration, so get to deal with that for the last season.
Be interesting to see what happens with abilities being taken away.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hasn't been played.
Yeah, I was really having a difficult time figuring out what I was going to do with that first pick. I started to pick the quarterback with the first pick, and then I thought, no, I better shore up my offensive line a little bit. And then I went with the quarterback pick with the second there a little bit later.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. I think probably Love might be pretty decent too, even though they've given him a red diamond. But I think those top 5 quarterbacks are all, pretty decent.
Yeah, I had it between those two. But since at this time I have the Colts for next Madden, I went ahead and said, might as well go ahead and try out the guy. We'll have to look to the future of the franchise. But I also have 2 early picks in the second, so that's kind of something I can play around here with as well. Priest going to take another running back.
Anything's possible.
Another NFC East wide receiver.
Yeah. So all the NFC East guys that I faced, also the top, I think it's the top 5 in 40 times in their draft. So they went all speed.
Well, at least you still have Byron Jones.
Yeah, I've got. In fact, I think through week 5 last season, I went ahead and started my young superstar cornerback, trying to build him up for this kind of the season 2. Still got Wuze, and so I've got 3 solid cornerbacks that match up pretty well.
Yeah.
The 49ers are loaded up in the second round. Ooh.
Definitely.
A lot of picks.
It's one thing, like with these created rosters, with the real rosters and stuff, they tend to kind of be a little bit more lenient with the ratings than the actual Madden created ones. So maybe good picks coming through the second and the third round.
Yeah, these Madden generated drafts have been horrible. There hasn't been very many quarterbacks come out with even 90 throwing power.
Yeah. I think I've only seen 2. I think come out from the guys here in the league. And of course, Dak, he only had an 88 throwing power for me, and I've dealt with that and stuff, and now this guy he's got 90, so that's going to be I think it's probably going to be a little bit similar to what I have in the Deuce with Goff. I think he has a 90 or 91 throw power, so I've done pretty well with him.
Yeah, I only have, both my quarterbacks had like 89, so they still have 2 in next Madden, so it should be better.
Just builds up that defense even more.
That's
So he's so good at building that defense.
It's a big man right there.
95.
Smashes all like the combine numbers live.
Conspiracy theory.
I don't know if Modell's around.
Hell, I haven't seen him in the chat either lead here the last few days.
Showing in the CFN. But
I see that the CP increases with okay.
Never mind, Nathan.
Interesting pick.
I don't know if he needed it, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm not sure he needed that, but
The last season though, I mean, you don't know, like, you say you don't need it. Oh, my dog's gonna start barking now, but like Kenneth Murray, that gives him flexibility to possibly, move somebody else that he's got on the linebacker maybe for a different position that he could possibly get. I don't know how Mo runs his team.
All right, we're back. My wife had to make Thanksgiving dinner real quick, but she's got it done. The turkey's in the oven, and we're ready to go.
Oh man.
oh my.
I have no clue what she was making. She was just making a bunch of noise, and she forgot to give me a heads up. So we're flying through picks here. First round's almost done. Tristan Wirfs, the guy with the greatest name you've probably ever not heard of. He goes over to the Denver Broncos. By far, I know others would probably argue this with me, but by far the surprise of season 90. I just did not expect that. Not that he's not a good player. He's won here before. He's been deep in the playoffs before, but just it came out of nowhere. I mean, it's like all the pieces went together, and like to beat the Tennessee Titans. Look, I know he got kind of his stuff pushed in the OMFL Bowl, but like a lot of people have got their stuff pushed in by D Money. That's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, he rolled through the Tennessee Titans, and am I wrong? Didn't he beat your Steelers as well, Penguins? I could be wrong on that one.
Who?
The Broncos. Who did the Broncos beat?
No, it
The
was me.
Bengals?
That was the Bengals because he
The
lost his
Bengals.
quarterback
That's what
in
it
that game.
was. It was the Bengals.
Yeah.
He beat some really good teams though to get where he needed to get, right? And some really good teams to make it all the way to the OMFL Bowl. San Francisco here, he piled up a ton of picks, and he's ready to use them. Jared Willis, let's see, Mr. Willis. 6'6", 315 out of Alabama, more of a pass protector than anything, but a pretty good player at 75 overall here. And late in the first round, and that's not a bad pick for him. Again, I know that you guys are super active in the chat in Discord, but I am urging you to come use the chat here in Twitch. That activity draws a lot of views and eyes to the stream, yeah, it'd be nice to have you guys chatting with me here instead of just on there. Even though I probably should do that. I'll figure out how to get the Discord chat up here. Just most of the time, the Discord chat has nothing to do with my games as I'm streaming, and has just something to do with whatever people are talking about late at night. Antonio Winfield Jr., a guy that I remember watching his dad. That show you how old I am. Let's see what I got. I don't think I have anything on any free safeties at this moment. I don't. So Antonio Winfield Jr., I'm assuming he's going to be like a hard-hitting safety, like a cornerback hybrid, kind of like that 88 to 90 speed type player that can kind of play both of those positions. So it'll be interesting to see how he fits into that San Francisco team that's pretty loaded. I mean, they got a pretty good team. They've kind of assembled some good players and some good pieces there, and he seems to be adding to that offensive line and defense, which is not a bad way to go.
Didn't he play for the Vikings, Winfield?
He did.
Thought so.
I don't have this guy either, CJ Henderson, so he's not even in my top 8 cornerbacks. I don't even have him on my list at this moment. CJ Henderson out of Florida goes over to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, just me a reminder whenever we can skip teams. I like the verbal reminder instead of me trying to remember, because I accidentally skip somebody that doesn't need to be skipped. But so right back to San Francisco. I think we've seen offensive line from him. We have seen a free safety. I think we've seen the defensive end. So, does he go running back here? Does he go offensive line here? I don't think he needs offensive line, but running back wouldn't be a surprise. Linebacker wouldn't be a surprise. Cornerback probably wouldn't be a surprise if I know that 49ers defense that's kind of aging at the cornerback position. So he's got a lot of leeway, and when you gather this many picks, it means you've shipped off some talent and you figured out a way to get some more there. Oh, he goes Hunter Bryant, tight end out of Washington. I didn't see that coming.
I figured defense. That's doubles memo right there.
I don't have anything on tight ends in right at this moment. Jeff Thomas, wide receiver out of Miami. He's going over to the St. Louis Rams, not the St. Louis Rams, the LA Rams. That's going to be stuck in my head for a very, very long time. Let's see what I got. I actually don't have anything on Jeff Thomas. He's not on my top ones right now. I'm assuming going to be a speed guy from what I remember of him. Probably going to be a pretty good speed guy. Now we're off to Cooley. Then we got Pepper, J Bowles. Not J Bowles. That's going to be the Denver Broncos. Who is the Raiders? The Raiders is him. I can't think of his name.
J Bowles.
Is J Bowles?
Raiders?
Who's the Broncos?
Yeah, that's Raiders. Broncos is Glaze. Jay Glaze.
All right, see, it's the Jays. The Jays got me all mixed up and discombobulated. Bloop, your linebacker, can play every position, including quarterback. Imagine that. He can play quarterback. So you got the Lions, you got the Giants, the Raiders, then back to the Dallas Cowboys and Maniac, who's gathered a ton of picks here. You got the Rams, the Ravens, and the Dolphins up again. The Ravens have been one of those teams that have been eerily quiet for some reason. I thought he'd be making more moves. I know he made a move with me to get rid of 10. thought I expected more moves from him. Justin Jefferson, my guy out of LSU, goes over to the biggest LSU hater you've ever met in your entire life. Come on, Cooley, unmute yourself and let us know what Justin Jefferson looks like.
Yeah, he's 89 speed, 91 acceleration. He has, low 80s route running and high 70s catching.
What's his speed and acceleration again?
89, 91. So he's
Nothing
really
to get
just
too excited about.
He's a big possession guy.
Yeah.
So he's like 6'3". He's got a high catching traffic. I mean, it's 80, 79, and 81 spectacular. So and 90 jumping. So he's like a big guy who's gonna catch it. And
of course, real life, one of my favorite receivers, and I think he'll be a superb playmaker in the NFL.
And he's a hidden dev, so he can probably he can gain on some of those. He can improve during the year, so he'll be a good. I needed another receiver, so I was glad to get one of these guys before they all got taken.
Mekhi Beckham, right tackle from Louisville. Let's see what I got on him. 6'7", 313, 22 years old. Going to be more of a finesse type player, like very agile. He did do 42 in the bench press. The problem, I'm pretty sure he's rated, fairly low, and that means that even though he shows 42, it's probably not going to be nearly as high as they had originally hoped. Another offensive right tackle goes right after him, Josh Jones over the Raiders out of Houston, 6'6", 311, 23 years old, a blue chip guy that I like, a big lead blocker, good in pass and run. It's supposed to go late in the first, so you're getting some value here. My 30th ranked overall player, so I like that pick there for the Raiders, who I don't think we've said that a lot these last couple of drafts. He hasn't drafted spectacularly well, but he did pretty good here. If you see any pictures that pop up in the chat, I do have the chat up, but I can't really read it. But if you see anything that catches your eye, feel free to grab me and we can talk about it. Again, guys, you were watching OMFL Draft number 91. It's hard to believe. We'll be into 100 in the next couple of years. What is wrong with my brain tonight? I'm going backwards with my numbers. I'm saying the wrong teams. I need a drink. We will be in 100 before we know it, but feel free to come chat with us on Twitch. I know that a lot of you are in Discord. You're here in the Discord voice chat that we use. That's just for ease sake. I know all of you are chatting in Discord, but if you have Twitch, fire it up. Come chat with us. All that activity that you're putting in Discord, if you put it on Twitch, gets us views, it gets us eyes, it gets people checking out the stream, and maybe they'll hang out and check out some OMFL streams, and maybe some PUBG streams, and some of the other streams that we do, some of our Penguins Baseball League, the Grown Folks Baseball League. So yeah, come chat with us in the chat, and we'll continue to update it. Michael Pittman Jr., another NFL player. His dad played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I continue to date myself as I talk about these players. 6'4", this is a big boy, kind of a deep threat guy, pretty good at getting off the ball. I don't have any combine stats on him, but I did think he's a pretty good player. This is about where I thought he might go. 45th ranked best player in the draft. Maniac, I don't know if you're around and if you can maybe drop us some knowledge on what he actually looks like. Malik Harrison, 67 overall, so a little bit of a reach there. My 124th best player. He goes over to the LA Rams. 6'3", 240 out of Ohio State. Pretty good tackling machine, can get off the blocks pretty well, but probably should have went much later in this draft. A little bit of a reach there at, what is he, number 9 here in the second round. Sorry about the disconnected controller. I got to touch it more often. That's what he said. I guess Thanksgiving dinner is served. And my son is now fixing Thanksgiving dinner that my wife cooked a little earlier. what it sounded like. Sounded like you were making Thanksgiving dinner in there. Well, you guys went radio silence on me. Okay, I'll just sit here and talk to myself. It's okay. Very lonely stream. 3 hidden and 1 normal. Good job, 00. We'll see how that works out to push in there in the NFC. What is it? The NFC West, right? And it's just a tough division. Now look, I know that Deep in the Gap is new here. I think it's Deep in the Gap. I don't know. I'm getting all my teams confused, but you still got the Cardinals and you still got the Seahawks over there. It's a pretty good division. I'd love to go over there. I just have a hard time giving up my Saints. It's pretty hard to do. Even though the way I play, it looks like I gave up on them a long time ago. Ashton Davis, strong safety out of California, going over to Mr. Kevin and his Miami Dolphins. 71 overall. Looks like, again, a little bit of a reach, maybe not. I mean, 71's pretty good here in almost mid-second round. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a hit and miss there, but clearly Kevin is trying to add some athleticism, some speed. If I remember, this is the guy that was like a walk-on in real life. It ended up being like a really good player. It reminded me of, I'm drawing a blank on his name. What was the guy that played for Arizona that was a soldier, ended up getting killed in Afghanistan?
Pat Tillman.
Pat Tillman, right?
Tillman.
He reminds me of that type of player, like a hard hitter, like just tough-nosed player, walk-on type player. And so that's the kind of guy he reminded me of in real life whenever they were talking about him. This actually, there was a guy that was had the best name ever. This guy might have the real best name yet. Yetur Gross Matos. What an amazing name. Jake Fromm. Wait. The Packers just...
Oh boy.
Hold on. We gotta go full screen on this one. Did you just take a quarterback, y'all?
Yeah, he did.
In the second round?
Yeah.
For a team that won like 6 games last year.
Yeah.
Who did?
The Packers.
Someone he has a franchise quarterback that he's had for like 2 seasons. Like arguably, in my opinion, the best quarterback on paper in the OMFL. Ooh.
You would love that safety though, Nate.
What? Somebody's got to make sense of that pick. I got to get my button things here fixed so I don't have to lean over. What? Guys, what is he thinking?
93 speed.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Nate lost his mind.
Priest said he needed to back up. Why wouldn't I?
In the second round?
Maybe he thought he couldn't get a backup in like the 4th.
I'm so confused. And you see, we have all these really deep conversations. I'll let you in behind the curtain. Not that anybody even gives a flip. I like how we make. I try not to do this, but we try. Some guys try to make this seem way more freaking important than it. Okay, I don't like your tone with me, sir. Just kidding. Like we make this feel and seem so. Oh, he's gonna be so mad. The computer is just so ruining his team right now, right in front of our eyes. But at least the computer did it. We're watching Priest burn his team down in front of our eyes for no reason, like just because he likes fireworks. Oh my God. Anyway, we make this seem so much more important than it really is. We just run a makeup league. This is like Dungeons and Dragons for sports players. So anyway, some behind the scenes is we were having some very real conversations. D-Money, you know this conversation is going to have to happen between me and you because it's already like pseudo happened a couple of times. But like, yeah, like we're going to have to figure something out for Madden 21 because you're just winning too much. And it's not fun for anybody else. And it's become a problem, as you can see. So anyway, we were like having these serious conversations about like, what kind of things do you put in place to like really mix up rosters and make it hard to keep your team together and blah, 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 blah. And I made the point because somebody said, well, this will keep good players from taking advantage. And my argument always is that good players will take advantage of every good thing that because they put in the work, they put in the effort, they put in the homework, they figure it out. Just like every player who struggles will do the same, right? And I'm sorry, I love you, Priest, but a backup quarterback in the early second round when your team has gaping holes on defense, when your team has gaping holes on probably offensive line, like I'm mind
To his
blown by
defense,
that.
he said he had 4 second-round picks. So
what?
that's
You
his
use then
defense.
use the last one. You don't waste. I don't know. To each his own, right? And
to each his own. Let's keep moving.
well, then this show is really boring if we keep moving. Like that's kind of the point of the show, right? We sit here and we kind of yap at people who make really crappy picks, or at least picks that we think are really crappy. So it's kind of the thing that we do here.
He says he has
It
no
could've been
gaping
4
holes
running
and he's
backs.
drafting all backups.
No gaping holes. Somebody
Drafting
pull up his
backups.
stats. I want his stats. Somebody help me out. Pull up his stats. I want to know what his record was last season. I need
someone to split the interceptions with.
I need
You can
this
skip this pick.
information. I don't like y'all's tone when y'all say that. Can y'all say it a little bit nicer?
Sorry.
God, you're so aggressive. Ooh, I almost hit skip and it had already went to Rob. Sorry, Rob. I didn't do it, but I almost did. That would have been real bad. And I would have blamed Penguins. It's ugly tone with me.
Well,
Come on, what is
wasn't
taking y'all so long? Somebody can't type into Daddy Leagues and help me out here? I'm sitting here flying solo with the seat of my pants with no underwear on.
What
Give
are
me
you trying to
Priest's
find?
record. I need Priest.
8-8.
Oh my God, you're right. No gaping holes in that team. What am I thinking? I am so sorry. I will never question another halfback and backup player again. Mind blown. Absolutely mind blown. All right, we got the Jets, who I know we can skip, so don't even say it. I got it. So we got the Jets next. I'll skip back to the Packers. He'll draft a punter. He'll draft I don't know. Who's the worst offensive line that we can find? Let's pick him because we need backups. Screw it. Let's pick our 700th running back or maybe your 7th quarterback. You got to fill that practice squad out, Priest. Got to get that thing done. We got to get it filled up, man. So we got the Jets. We got the Packers. We got the Panthers, who I think we can skip. I don't know. The Browns, the Chiefs, and the Bears. I'm sure one of you will bite my head off and tell me, skip the pick. All right, I get it.
Skip.
I ought to not skip this one just to be a...
It was good, everybody.
That sounds like a Mr. Brady.
What's happening, everybody?
What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Brady?
What's up?
I see Nate is in rare form this evening.
I'm not in rare form. I'm just so over this Madden. I'm over the OMFL. I'm over everything. I'm just over life right now. Who is this? Tyler Badazzi? Is it Badazzi? I don't know. Out of Wisconsin.
Bidets?
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 Bidets sounds nasty. Like I need a shower if I say that. Like I just gotta go use the bidets. Wisconsin, what is he? 6'3", 317, an agile guy. I don't like agile offensive linemen. I don't know if you guys have had any trust or use in favor. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Any goodness out of using.
I think that's my whole offensive line.
It's agile.
I think his name's Badass because he went to Dallas in real life.
Maybe that is his name. 30th ranked player, so the Jets definitely got some value here at this pick. I think we're at pick 20 in the second round, so we're already late in the second round, so pretty good. That's some nice draft value there at 7-1 overall. So Packers are taking forever to pick up a quarterback or a running back or a kicker or a punter. It should be real easy if you're just grabbing backups. Like just take the top rated guy, or just throw a dart. Just blindfold your wife and say throw a rock, and whatever hit button you hit, that's what we're gonna pick. Then you got the Panthers, Browns, Chiefs, Bears. Back to the Packers. Oh my God, we have to suffer through how many more of these Packers picks?
You can skip this pick.
If y'all don't find a nicer damn way to say that.
Yeah, please.
Darrell Williams goes. I don't even remember who he went. Jalen Hurts. The Panthers grabbing Jalen Hurts. There's a quarterback that I haven't even really thought about, and definitely no one has talked about. I don't even actually have him on my list, so it shows you what I know. But would you take Jalen Hurts? Did Love already go?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, would you take Jalen Hurts over Love? That seems like if you're going to take that type of quarterback, you would just go ahead and take Jalen Hurts. I mean, you would take Love.
I think they picked Hurts for his speed and his arm strength. To be honest,
Yeah.
I think he was second in speed, and I think he was like first in speed, second in arm strength, something like that. It was something stupid.
Kristen Fulton, cornerback out of LSU. The guy almost took 71 overall going over to the Cleveland Brownies, or as we call it, LSU North. 6 foot, 192. I think he actually went there in real life. I think this is the team that actually drafted him. No, I'm wrong on that. They drafted Greedy Williams the year before. They drafted somebody else from LSU this year, though. He's going to be a slot guy, really fast 40 time, 4.42 40, 11 in the bench press. I don't know if he posted any photos of him, but I'd love to hear how Christian Fulton came out. Austin Jackson, 6'6", 313. This also proves that I do not cheat here. I do have access to all of these, and I could easily just cheat, but I think my picks are very clear that Nate does not know how to cheat. And there's Jordan Love going right off the top there. My 11th ranked. Oh my God! Now he's just being.
We're gonna need you to step away.
Now he's just playing into the gimmick, and by now I have embraced the gimmick. I love the gimmick. I want you to continue to find ways to bury one of the best rosters on the planet. Please continue to find ways to go 7-9 and 8-8 and 6-10 by drafting kickers in the second round. Good luck. Too real? Is that a little too real? I'm sorry. It's supposed to be flip-flops and sunshine on this chat. I don't know why everyone expects the commissioner has to somehow only say nice, fluffy, happy, puppy things about owners in this league. Like, that's boring, and this is just supposed to be fun and entertaining, and I have to do something for 3 hours of my time because these people in this chat are just biting my head off every 30 seconds about who I need to skip. Reggie Gillum, first fullback off the board there. I didn't love none of the fullbacks in this draft. I actually don't have any on my draft sheet just yet. I think Reggie was one of the best ones, though, out of Toledo. 69 overall, but what are you going to get from a fullback anyway? It's not like you're going to get an 82 overall fullback. The Giants, really good running team. He kind of turned the corner, made the playoffs, and had a pretty good season last year. I think he lost to the Seahawks, if I have that right, or was it the Falcons? Oh, now y'all have nothing to say. Priest pick a kicker. Y'all all giggling like some schoolgirls, but I need some information about Reggie Gillum, and everybody wants to be quiet. Okay, I see how this is going to go. Reggie Gillum, I think he was actually, I could be wrong about this too, but I thought he was, I think he's also the son of a past NFL player. So a lot of past NFL players' sons here. Logan Wilson, this is the guy I almost took with my third pick in the first round. 70 overall there for the Bengals. I actually like that pick. He's slow, but he should be like a really big playmaker there for him and should clog up that middle. I was in love with putting him in my 3-4. Then I panicked and I paused the draft and I talked myself out of it, as you guys could see a little earlier. I'd love to see if he posts a photo of him. And the rich keep getting richer. Jalen Ragnar out of TCU, I think one of the fastest, second fastest maybe, players in the real NFL draft. So I don't know how he's going to turn out here in Madden, but I'm assuming another speed guy for them.
Did you lose to the Packers?
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah, I did lose to the Packers, 100%.
Oh.
If you go watch that game, his quarterback played like a Hall of Famer. Like, he was pinpoint accuracy. I also, just got my butt beat.
His holes are pretty good then.
It's why
yeah, he said his holes are good.
Oh, is that why he's got something to say? Because you bragging about beating me, Priest? That's a low bar, homie. Like, you should raise that bar up like 50 notches if you think beating me is something to be proud of and happy about. Yeah, it's nothing to brag about
try to see if
at
you
all,
can win
sir.
that division.
Yeah, why don't you go win a division at 8-8? Man, why don't you go do that? Like taking shots because you beat me? You're drafting a backup kicker in the second round, bro. Question your draft
Hey, maybe that's going to
strategy.
be the starter.
I'm so sorry, Priest. You drafted a starting kicker in the second, whatever. Why y'all get me riled up about Priest? I'm not even mad at Priest. I don't want to be mad at Priest. There's a couple names I could be mad at. There's a couple guys that are lucky they're even drafting here tonight, the way they're pushing my buttons here lately. Y'all can hit the door with Chaotic and all the rest of those dudes that felt like they needed to go leave.
Hey, Nate.
What?
How good was that quarterback he took? Maybe he took that quarterback to keep it from me. Goodness.
No. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see a photo of him, but...
I didn't see it either.
I mean, he doesn't need one. He's got a Hall of Famer on his roster. I mean, literally, the best quarterback I've ever seen on paper.
I know you're tired of hearing this story, but actually, Priest played good down at the end of the season. He almost won the division.
This is not that Priest is or isn't a good player. Priest is a good player. He just doesn't care. Like, let's just call it what it is. This is just fun for him. So it's like, that's where he finds the most enjoyment, is just like winging it, right? Let's just get out there and throw the ball around 50 times, which is totally cool. But like, I don't know. It just like, it's hard to keep the Falcons from getting good players when the Packers are grabbing backup players in the second round, right? Like, we're sitting here crying about the Falcons winning Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. What happens when the rest of us don't care enough to step up and take care of our teams so that players like him don't get just like run of the mill and pick up whatever they want? Like, those things go hand in hand. That's got to make some sense to somebody. It can't just make sense to me, right? Oh, y'all quiet again.
Bragging rights is when someone dethrones you money.
We're just letting you go, Nate.
Well, that's what happens when it's your show. You get to just be let go. We're into pick number 1 here in the third round. San Francisco 49ers. You got the Bucks. You got the Bills. You got the Texans, Chiefs, Miners, Raiders. So a couple of teams here. This is where this draft is probably going to start turning the corner, right? But the good player there for the Falcons, Levante Taylor. I don't know. Let's see if I got anything on him. But I mean, you grab a 72 overall player in the last pick of the second round. Yeah, I don't have anything on free safety. So that's a pretty good pick, for them.
So you getting on Priest about drafting a quarterback. You should get on me about not drafting. I drafted Love, but he's only a normal development guy.
Yeah, but you have a good quarterback. I mean, I've seen that guy keep you in the hunt and play spectacularly against me the last couple of seasons. No. I know. I never mind. I'm flipping things. You're right. You should have grabbed a quarterback early. You probably should have been one of those teams that moved up. But again, you also kind of own your forte of who you are as a player, right? You're like, at least that's what you've said on here 50,000 times.
Run
like,
the ball and play defense.
I run the ball and play defense, right? And so if you run the ball and play defense, then Jordan Love will be fine, right? You'll miss a couple of throws from here and there, but you'll have a guy that can be athletic in the back and move around and make some plays. And when you're in a division where you can go 8-8 and win the division, like, who cares, right?
No, because now I'm mad because the Broncos, that tight end I was going to take, but I took a quarterback.
Darrell Taylor, left outside linebacker, 6'5", 246. He goes over, who is this? He goes over to the San Francisco 49ers. So there's the pick that we kind of expected him to do a little bit earlier. I already forgot. He went with some pick that kind of shocked us all. Oh, he went tight end. That's what he went. He went tight end. We expected him to go left outside linebacker, but he takes one of the better ones that are left. I had that guy ranked as my 90th best player, so maybe a little early, but about where you kind of expected him to go.
What did you say, Cooley?
Said 8-8 won't win that division this coming year.
It's probably going to have to because the NFC South is, excuse my language, MF. So
is that who we play?
Yes.
Oh, well, crap.
It's going to be tough. Just take care of the division.
Yeah, have fun with that.
We just played y'all.
Hey, I
we
don't
just
make
played that division.
I don't make the schedule, boss. Just so that you know that. I have nothing to do with the schedule makers.
No, you probably played the division when you were in the NFC South.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I did. That was what it was.
John Simpson, right guard. Ago. Yeah, I don't have anything on right guards, but Jalen Johnson, cornerback out of Utah. I think I do have something on him. Let's see what I got. Oh, sorry, guys. see what I got on Mr. Jalen Johnson. I had him rated to go early third, so about where he should go. 6 foot, 192, 21 years old. Kind of a man-to-man guy, really good in the press. I actually like this pick a lot for them. He ran a 4.42 40. I looked at this guy earlier, but just didn't feel like he was worth taking early in the first. 33 ranked best player. The Texans have had some good picks here. They've had some nice picks for that defense. And Savante, when he's playing his best, is playing with really good defense and just enough offense to kind of get him over the hump.
He got to get on a winning streak. He got to start winning some. For us, the Texas go in, but he is in a tough division. Climb up. Those got 3 good players in the NFC South.
All right, that's going to bring up, again, you're watching OMFL Draft number 91. If you're listening on Discord, you have the Twitch app. Encourage you, bring up the Twitch app, help us out. That activity, that chat, going from Discord, putting on Twitch, puts eyes, views, movement on our stream, and that's good. Since we are an affiliate, we want to get as many eyes on our stream, which is why I'm trying to be as entertaining as I can be, even though guys are probably they need a wet one to clean up after tonight. AJ Terrell, this is a guy that went high in the draft and falls here to the minors. Let's see what I got on AJ. 6'2", 191, 21 years old, a man-to-man type player. Oh my gosh, why can't I do this? Man-to-man type player. He's going to be pretty good in the zone. I love his size. He ran a 4.46 40, which I think might have scared a couple of guys off, but a good player there for Collins, who I think has gotten some age on that defensive backfield, and so this inserts a really good player for them immediately. 71 overall here in the 3rd round. That's something to be pretty excited about.
And Smash, the NFC North plays the NFC West, not the South. So dodge those guys.
I meant the AFC South. That's what I meant. AFC South. Yeah, we got the AFC South. So you got Dwayne, Mo, the Texan Savant, and the guy with the deep voice like mine. The Jaguar.
Brady.
So that's gonna be tough.
That's
Brady. That's gonna be tough.
You threw me for a flip a while ago. It took me like 3 seconds. I was like, oh wait, I'm not talking to Brady. I'm talking to Smash.
That's gonna be tough.
Terrell Lewis, supposed to go in the 2nd round out of Alabama. More of a power rusher, right outside linebacker. Nice addition there. I like what the Raiders and the Texans have done this draft. I'd love to see both of those teams kind of turn some things around and make a push here.
Yeah, I would love to see Texans turn things around because he's just plodding along. He never complains, never gives up. So that's what we like to see.
Yeah.
I like guys like that.
No, I do too. You know. They also don't complain. They don't cause headaches. They don't moan and groan. Do a lot of good things. Terrell Lewis, where does he fit on that team? Do they run? I don't think they run a 3-4. I could be wrong about that, but that's just an overall an interesting team. He's kind of like had some good drafts and mixed with some bad drafts. Look, 68 overall. He's going to be a project still. He's not going to be a finished product, but if he's got enough speed, you can throw him out there to come rush the passer. A.J. Dillon going over to the Dallas Cowboys. I know that Maniac had said something in chat that he did want to come and unmute himself after this pick. So I don't have anything on any halfbacks. We've seen a bunch of halfbacks come off the board here, which is shocking and not something that I thought we'd see. We didn't see it in the NFL. I didn't think we'd see it here. But A.J. Dillon going over to the Dallas Cowboys. Maniac, if you want, go ahead and unmute yourself and talk about your pick.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, buddy?
Not much, man. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. Weren't you on the stream a while ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're acting like this is the first time you popped on here. I'm like, wait a second, man. Deja vu? I could have swore he was talking to us a few minutes ago. Why did we go A.J. Dillon? What was it about A.J. that stuck out? How did he look when you finally drafted him?
Well, A.J. Dillon is an actual power back. He's 89 speed, 88 acceleration. You do know I've got Bates and Pollard both have 95, 96 speed, so I needed the guy to kind of slash between the tackles. This guy's an 88 break tackle, 89 trucking, 85 strength, so he's not going to be anything spectacularly fast, but maybe can grind out a couple uh, hard yards for me. They're in the NFC East, especially with those guys at Washington and the Eagles and the Giants. Their defensive lines are just monstrous. Um, I really kind of this draft was kind of a big thing for me because I let go Zeke and got rid of D-Law and so I kind of had to rebuild a little bit, and I was really uh, looking at the quarterbacks there in the first round, which I had the 2 early picks. But I went ahead and strengthened up my offensive line. Can do a couple of options, I think, with this guy Thomas. Probably gonna move him inside at guard.
Hey man, just real quick, I just want to let you guys know I'm gonna go on mute, so you guys keep talking while I kind of make my pick. I just wanted to let y'all know.
All right. Probably gonna move him inside to guard. Take one of the guard spots. I did pick up a couple mid-tier guys in free agency, but they'll just be kind of an insurance, I guess, for the offensive line. But the one I picked up that I'm really kind of excited about is the Gross Matos. He's really kind of a beast. He's 84 speed, 90 acceleration, 83 power move. His agility 76. Probably got, since I'm running a 3-4 outside, possibly coming off the edge. Kind of see him as the SWAT from the Redskins. That's Sweat. Yeah, Sweat is his name. He just dominated me. Seemed like every time I turn around. So it's kind of the basis off of this pick here. One that I'm really excited about. And of course, we talked about Eason. Just felt like he was a decent pick. Probably could have went with either Jalen Hurts or the other guy. I can't think of his name. Love. But I think he's going to be solid for me. But I just went with Dylan there with that pick. Like I said, it's 3rd round, and I've got 2 pretty good running backs, but I really kind of need somebody to slash those between the tackles with the hard short yard situations and stuff like that. But Michael Pittman, he's a solid wide receiver. He's actually got 90 speed, 91 acceleration, catching traffic 77, route running, everything's mid to upper 70s, spectacular catch 81. So he's probably going to be playing the slot, probably kind of like I'm going to go the spread the field, probably like a tight end twinner for me. So kind of get those short yardage situations. But I am definitely taking notice of the NFC East, the guys, what they're drafting. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what unfolds this season, because these guys were really tough this last season that we had, and they've got extremely better in this draft, so it's going to be interesting.
All right, we're back. Yeah, thanks for filling us in. I don't know why the other guys left you with your pants down, but I won't do so. I will come up and pick your pants up for you because I'm a nice guy. Tristan Colon Castillo goes over to the New England Patriots. One of the most well-rounded GMs that we have. Of course, he's a commissioner of his own league, so why would he not be? But super well-rounded. dude knows how to build his team. He's patient. He sticks to the plan and he works that plan. And that plan either works for him or he doesn't. He doesn't really change. He is the maybe a bad one because he isn't winning the championships, but that Bill Belichick type player that just kind of sticks to the plan. He knows what the plan is and doesn't really deviate from it all that much. Couple picks going off here. I know that the next guy that I want is not going to be anywhere around by the time I want him, so I'm going to keep my eye out on it. I may get you guys to help me call out anything that you see in chat. But yeah, we're rolling through these picks now. See if I can't get my draft board kind of situated here. Yeah, Glaze, he was a good player. I don't need a defensive lineman, but the idea of sticking him with Anyamata and I can't remember my beast of a guy's name, but like there's a lot of potential there for my defensive line, hopefully to wreak havoc with no abilities on. Maybe we'll see. And we see our second kicker go off there to the New England Patriots. Alton Robinson, right in out of Syracuse. I like this guy too. I was looking at him. He goes over to the Philadelphia Eagles, who again I think has had that up and down seasons, right? He plays really good and he pushes really far into the playoffs and then kind of takes a step back and comes back to us a little bit. So it'll be interesting. I just made them all up, Bloop. I got to say something nice because everybody thinks I'm a jerk. I'm not a jerk. I'm like one of the nicest people you will ever meet. I also like honor loyalty and I honor other nice people. And when you're not a nice person, you kind of get under my skin a little bit, especially since Nate works 45 hours on top of my normal work and my normal life for this place. So there. Why y'all so quiet? Okay, whatever. I don't want to hear from you anyway.
You can skip the next pick.
Oh, thank you.
For the Jets.
Almost did it for Rob again. After that, I'm gonna go grab me something to drink here. Rob has been kind of helping me out, trying to gather me a little bit more information. So I appreciate you, Rob. Rob worked so hard for this league behind the scenes. I hope he has enjoyed his draft. There's a name that Nate's not even going to try, so don't even ask me to. We'll call him Mr. Albert, 68 overall tight end out of Missouri. Again, I just think that let me skip before I get yelled at. Sorry. The Arizona Cardinals are like the most athletic team. Like they're just fast and they have speed and they have playmakers and he puts up stupid stats. I mean, his quarterback, almost won the MVP this year, I think, or maybe he did win the MVP. I don't even remember the awards. And he's in the Pro Bowl. He's got 2 receivers over 1,500 yards. Just craziness that he's putting together. Okay. Say hello to my wife.
You can skip this pick too.
The Panthers. Okay.
Yep.
Jacob Phillips, middle linebacker out of LSU, goes over to the Redskins.
He don't need no more help.
Denbrew, I want to hear about him. I want to see him. Damon Arnett, there's another player that I really liked in that real NFL, and we'll see how he turns out here. But Denbrew, I'd love to see a pick of my LSU guys, of course. There's one guy that I hope falls, but there's zero way that he falls because I don't have another pick to the 5th round, and everybody going to be going by the time the 5th round gets here. So Damon Arnett, cornerback out of Ohio. Let's see what I got on him. Nothing. I don't have anything on him. I know he's fast. I know he's like one of those speed guys they're coming out of. Look, at 68 overall when you're over halfway through the 3rd round. Like that's a pretty good pick, and that's not something to be ashamed of at all. So, yeah, we're rolling along here, man. You're watching season number 91 draft here in the OMFL. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you like the new layout, the new stuff, the new toys, the new gimmicks. This is what all the layouts will look like with different logos and different music and different things like that. And we're going to, continue to add to this. I still got probably another week or two of fiddling with it to kind of fine tune it and get it right where I want. But the audio should be good and the video should be high def and you should have a nice quality stream here. So I hope that you're enjoying it. If you're just checking us out, come back and join us anytime. Anytime you guys see my stream up, I kind of urge you to come get on Twitch and chat and talk with me and watch it. Because again, we're a Twitch affiliate and we want to get eyes on our streams. And I believe in the quality of content that we do, and we're getting better at it. So hopefully people enjoy it. James Lynch, out of defensive tackle out of Baylor, goes over to our buddy Dwayne, who I don't know if he's working or not. No, he's usually working in these things. Poor guy never catches a break. But he takes James Lynch. Let's see what I got on Mr. Lynch. 6'4", 300 pounds, 21 out of Baylor, run stopper guy. Really good on the bench press, 31. I ran a 8.440, so good player going over there for the Indianapolis Colts, who had a little bit of a down season overall. Sadiq Charles, right tackle out of LSU. I'd love to hear about him if we could. I'm an LSU freak, of course. All right, Dipple, I see you, buddy. We'll make sure we remember. We can skip the Ravens if you guys want to help me remember that one.
Yep.
We were talking about the Colts, who had a little bit of a down season, right? They're normally in the OMFL ball they have for like the last 3 or something like that. And he kind of stumbled there a little bit. And I know that he was sick of playing D-Money, and maybe he quietly, I don't know what he did. I know that he played around with the idea of like not trying to get to the OMFL ball just so we had a different matchup. So maybe that's what happened. Who knows? Either way, it was a down season. He changed quarterbacks. So it's going to look like a different team, where I don't even know who he brought in as quarterback. Did he bring Cam back? And maybe he did bring Cam back.
He brought Cam back.
Yeah, he did bring Cam back. Did he have to pay him, though?
I think he paid him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had to pay him.
Because he got him the first, he was green.
Yep. So, can they turn things around? He's adding to that defense. Pretty good player there. Thad Moss, hey, I like that pick, Priest. That's a good pick. I don't know what he looks like because I don't have anything on tight ends, but I think that's a pretty good pick. I'm assuming Thad will have pretty decent speed. He should have really, really good hands if he's rated hardly right at all. That's a good pick. I like that pick. Now we're getting weapons for this quarterback. 67 overall, but look, we're late in the third round. That's a pretty good pick. Like that, I can't hate that pick, right? And that's a pick that you want to see late in the second, right? Or early in the third, somewhere in there. I like that pick there for them. I don't know who he has at tight end. I don't know anything about his team outside of his quarterback, 50 running backs, and now a backup kicker that I know he drafted. Outside of that, I just see this as gathering weapons for a really good quarterback.
Do you think the sack numbers will go down with no abilities?
Yeah. Possibly. I think they'll go down as far as like we won't see the 40, 50, 60 range like we have been. I think we're always going to have higher numbers than NFL just because we're not NFL quarterbacks. We don't get rid of the ball in 2 seconds, right? Like all those things. Some of us are really stubborn. We don't check down. We don't keep blockers in. There's like a lot of things we don't do here. So I expect them to still be higher than NFL, but not to a place where we've seen in the past, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know why Dwayne put guys hold the ball, and he's talking about the sack numbers, but I thought he was talking to me like, hey, hold the ball. And I was like, what ball? I don't see a ball. Do you want me to pause the draft? What's that mean? I'm very confused. And no, he's just talking about, yes, you're right, guys, just hold the ball.
Looks like a tight end has 85 speed, 88 acceleration.
That's a good pick. What's his hands?
73 catching.
It's a good pick. I like that pick. That's a good pick, Priest. See? This is not Nate hating Priest. I don't hate Priest. Nothing gets Priest. You were kind of a jerk one time, but outside of that, we're all jerks one time. That's a good pick for you. 67 overall. Look, he is what he is, but that's to me, you're gathering weapons for that team. John Runyon, like the old John Runyon, is he also the son of a real player? Let's see what we got on Mr. John Runyon. That used to be a real player's name. I remember that. John Runyon for I hit the wrong button. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. Going back. I'm supposed to go in the 4th round late, so about where I expected him to go. 6'5", 320, out of Michigan. I'm going to have to lower my voice here because my wife, I know, is going to hit me with a frying pan if I wake her up. He did 31 in the bench press, which is pretty good. 48th ranked best player, so good pick there for Cincinnati. I thought that was a good quality pick. Harrison Bryant, tight end out of FAU. I don't have anything on him. I'm assuming a speed guy. Like if we know Mo, he likes athletic dudes. He likes guys that can come in and immediately start to make plays.
Yeah,
Who won the best Dwayne tight end in college football? Harrison Bryant? Is that who we're talking about? Oh, well, that shows you what I know. I don't know anything, which is not shocking. We all kind of knew that to begin with. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on Be Right Back, which means they will not be able to hear or see me, but they will be able to hear hear you guys. So y'all take over.
Bengals, you hoping for the Chiefs to give Mahomes that big contract before the new Madden?
The team builder in me says no because it'll be a pain to build around. But the OMFL owner in me says I hope so because he's probably going to still want 7 or 6 if I have to re-sign him.
Yeah, which Massimo had to tag him 3 years in a row, and then you had to trade him.
I think it can be done like with a lot of testing and a lot of trying different things, but even if you do find a way to do it, it's going to be expensive either way.
Yeah, that's going to be it. I mean, he's going to get a stupid contract when he finally gets his contract. It's going to be stupid high.
Yeah, it's going to be a nightmare no matter what, but he's the cover guy, so who knows what you'll get talent-wise.
Well, he's hands down probably the best quarterback in the league right now. So
yeah.
He'll get paid. Be interesting to see how they rate, how they do the ratings for the Chiefs this Madden with them winning the Super Bowl. They're gonna probably come out super powered.
Yeah, they're probably gonna be highly overrated in some areas.
I think they just need rebuild on the defense.
Yeah, because they lost Kendall Fuller in free agency, so they probably need another corner. They're a little bit weak there.
Yeah, because Madden don't play like real NFL where you can have one quarterback just take over the whole game.
Yeah, you gotta have a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy seeing all these.
Broncos are just having a hell of a draft.
Alright, we're back. That's a good pick there for the Bills. Can we skip the Bucks?
70
Is it the
overall
Bucks?
fourth.
No, I haven't seen anything on the Bucks.
A 70 overall quarterback there for the Bills. Like, it's a good pick for Outlaw. He's had a pretty good draft. I mean, he had a couple questionable picks there, but not too bad here. 70 overall player in the 4th round. I'd be proud of it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Well, he's really fast.
94 speed.
Nice. Can he
95
cover?
acceleration. 76 zone. 61 man.
Ooh.
Not bad.
61's tough, but you put him at nickel, dime, play some zone. 61's tough. I got a cornerback from his practice squad last year. Played really well. I mean, he's my nickel guy right now. I don't know what's going to happen to my team after the draft, but Bramble, he's big. He made plays. He had 3 picks or so this past season for me. He's a good player. All right. Put my smoothie up. Act like I know what I'm doing here. All right, you're watching OMFL Draft number 91. Thank you for tuning in. Looks like we got 13 people right now, but if you're watching or listening in that thing that we call Discord, feel free to come and hang out with us here on Twitch, because we need the views and the eyes. So come hang out. Back to the Bills. Then you got the Rams, the Browns, the Miners. Browns with a lot of picks here. Did Massimo do that, or is that a chaotic thing before he took off?
I think that was a chaotic thing.
Marcelo Ball, free safety out of Indiana. So you can see Outlaw clearly has his mind made up. He is building that defense and really putting some players back there. What do you expect from the Buffalo Bills? You know, Outlaw's had some seasons where he's made a run or two. Do we think this Madden he can make a run or two and get in there?
I don't see why not. He's been building that team for quite some time. He's really had a lot of time to develop.
He beat me too. Y'all like
Josh
laughing
Allen.
and making fun of who beats Nate. Like that's something, but he beat me too.
As the saying goes, there's no time better than the present, right?
That is what they say. Massimo, taking over the Browns again. We've seen him add some different pieces here. He's got a tremendous offense. I actually forgot about that, the quarterback situation. I don't know how, because that was a whole stick in the mud about me and chaotic. This is going to be an interesting team. And I think, but we've seen what he did in Kansas City. Does he have the extra firepower in Cleveland to go even further than what he went with Kansas City? That's the big question. Or is it just a lateral move for him? I think he's got better defense, but I don't think he has nearly the offense. Yes, he has Odell Beckham, but that's not Tyreek Hill. All right, let's just get that straight. So, what do you expect from the Cleveland Browns this year?
I think they're going to contend for a playoff spot. I think it's more than a lateral move for him, because he gains a couple things that he didn't have in Kansas City. Yeah, he loses Tyreek, but he still has Odell. He's not as good as Tyreek, but he's respectable, and he gains a way better tight end, and he gets Mahomes back. So there's some good weapons. And he goes on a lateral move with his halfback from, Joe Mixon to Harper, and who's the other one he's got over there? I forgot even. He's got another one.
He's got, I don't know who he is.
He had Harper, that guy he drafted, and then he had one other one. It wasn't Chubb, because he traded him.
No, the Buck, was it the, I forgot his name. The Chiefs old running back.
Yeah.
Kareem
Hunt.
Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah.
Kareem Hunt, yeah.
So I think he'll improve. I think the Browns will definitely go from, where they were before. I think they'll definitely contend in the division. But
he's only just got Harper. He's got Harper and a running back named Harris.
How did he lose Kareem Hunt?
Unless it's stuff.
All right, you got the Dallas Cowboys, Browns, Falcons, Dolphins, Vikings, Packers again. Packers, a lot of picks this draft. Cowboys, a lot of picks this draft. Even Falcons, how did he get way up here? A lot of picks for these guys. So we'll see how this draft plays out here. We'll start taking some interviews. So if you guys want to be interviewed, do me a favor and send Priest a message. Not Priest, listen to me. Sorry. Don't bother Priest. Leave Priest alone. Send Penguins a message. Who's the other voice? I don't even know who the other voice in here is. It's just a voice right now.
I think we have me, you, and Kevin.
It's Kevin. Okay.
Maniac's been in and out, and Cooley's been in and out.
I think you're sleeping on Beckham. That dude is rated stupidly in Madden. He still got 95 speed.
Yeah, but didn't Tyreek have 97 or something like that?
I mean, what's 2 points though? I'm gonna call it right now. He's taking the AFC North with Mahomes and Beckham, and he drafted that wide receiver. Who did he grab?
You're right,
or whatever.
He did.
Is that who he took?
Yep. He's got
Plus,
some weapons.
he's got Goodwin. He's got some speed. I'm picking him for the AFC North.
Yeah.
going back to earlier, Kareem Hunt got traded for Darius
Oh, look, he
Slay.
got
Is
Clyde
hold up.
Edwards-Helaire.
That's
He's
what it
another
was.
guy I was hoping that
So he's
would
on the
fall.
Lions.
If he posts a picture of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Massimo, if you're watching, I'd love to see Clyde and see what he got.
Well, we got a couple guys that want to do an interview. Nate, do you want to start with Chicago or you want to start with Tampa Bay?
Chicago, so Smash just unmutes himself anytime he wants, and he's so entertaining. Let's save Smash. Smash, let's just save you for a little bit longer. Let's maybe get a couple more Bud Lights in you before we bring you on. Let's bring on Tampa Bay.
All right.
Go ahead and unmute yourself, buddy. I gotta remember, we've had so many freaking changes around here. I forget people's names.
Yeah, everybody's moved around so much.
Oh,
it's
like
Big
musical
Hurt.
Chairs. How did I forget?
Yeah.
How the hell did I forget that one? Big Hurt, let's both play nice, and we're going to leave our conversation earlier alone, just so that we're all good. Let's just keep it good and keep it right there. So we'll just kind of that disclaimer between me and you. Let's not approach that subject. But you move over to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which was, I think, a downward move in some ways. Yeah, you're going to get a better team maybe for Madden 21, and yes, you're going to maybe get a better defense, but you had built a really good team there in Carolina. You had one of the better, more quiet, unspoken about quarterbacks in the league. So why move over to Tampa Bay?
Honestly, I'm just looking. I did probably take a step back with the Bucs for this season, but looking at next cycle, just some pieces that Tampa Bay had to offer on the defensive side. I've kind of probably a dumb thing, but being a huge Husker fan, they've got 3 starters, or 2 starters, and a potential third guy that'll fill in on the defensive side. And so just being able to use those guys, and then having fun with the new moves that they have in Gronk and Brady, something to build with, something quarterback wise. Obviously it'll be a project, but just options to move, stay in the division, and keep the rivalries that I had, but just in a different organization. And then, like I said, something else stupid, but being able to play with the jerseys, with the old school creamsicles, and then the new jerseys that they got coming out with the, like, I don't know if you want to call it like a gunmetal or more like a charcoal gray unis that are pretty sick from what I've seen. So just something different, and something to build with long term.
What kind of team did Crazy leave you? Did you have to make a bunch of moves? You had those high picks. Like, did you go add new picks? I didn't follow teams around super much, but what'd you have to do to that team?
Well, when I jumped in to take over the Bucs, the number one thing was Jameis, who was coming off of a 5-year contract, needed a new contract, and so. And then the 2 backup quarterbacks was like a 53 overall and a 56 overall. So I really needed a quarterback going into the offseason. Was going to try and re-sign Jameis for the last season on here and focus on a few other things. But Jameis was asking for $12 million, $13 million a year. And I was just like, it's not worth it when you have so many other holes. I could go and possibly trade for someone and draft someone. So I let him go and get into the free agency. And when I got into the free agency, the first thing I see is Cam Newton, Dak, Jameis, Riley. I think I can't remember, is Ralph, or is it Ralph O'Neal or whatever his name was? Yeah. So I knew that I had some options there. And then I started talking trades with some guys and potential quarterbacks. And, I just, didn't really pan out the way I wanted it to going in. But I have filled the holes that I've needed between the free agency and the draft now. But, like I said, initially my plan was to go a different route, but it just didn't work out.
What's the biggest change from Carolina to Tampa Bay?
Well, the first thing, running back. Having Christian McCaffrey, kind of a do-it-all back, catch it out of the backfield, run between the tackles, run outside. You kind of go, and then building the defense the way I've built that. Having Luke and having Keanu O'Neal, and then having Brian Burns, having kind of a guy at every level was huge. But Ronald Jones is definitely a speed back, kind of like McCaffrey. But definitely way less talented, and kind of, I guess he still brings the home run mentality, but he just doesn't have all the extra tools and to be an every down back. He's kind of more of a change of pace back, but being the situation, he will be the every down back for the Bucks this season. But defensively, the Bucks still have Devin White, which he's nice in the middle, and two outside linebackers that they have are nice. But I would say the biggest change would be McCaffrey and then Dante Jackson. There would be big losses from my playing experience. Dante Jackson was nice to have in the secondary along with Keanu O'Neal, compared to having. I think it's Murphy Bunting is the top corner for the Bucks. So still decent speed, but just not as locked down as Dante Jackson was.
You can skip these 2 picks, Nate.
Alrighty. You've been around long enough. What's it? Do the Bucks have what it takes to knock off the Falcons? You did it once, or maybe twice, I think, with your Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, you guys all know I'm here for the challenge. I joined this division to come to D Money. I would love to dethrone him. But I think the biggest thing, to dethrone him, you do have to have some solid pieces. We all know the D Money's got, corners that lock it down. And, my X factor with D Money was definitely McCaffrey. So things are going to have to change game plan wise. I think it can be done. It's definitely a challenge. But D Money is the favorite going in, and it'll be a challenge. I look forward to the challenge. But it's not going to just stop there. I think all 4 teams in the South, in the NFC South, are definitely talented. I mean, we know that D Money's got his team in place, and then I think the new guy coming in, with the Panthers that's taking over my own squad from playing him in the previous league or in the other league. He's a solid player, and he should be able to have a decent team to play with. So that won't be an easy task. And then the Saints, we always have battles between you and me and Nate. And you built a team. You got some new younger pieces there, but I do like the pieces that you have, and so it will. I'm sure it will continue to be a battle. And looking at our schedule, it's not outside of our division this year. It's not going to be easy either.
Are you done for the draft? Got some more picks? What are you trying to do for the rest of this offseason?
I got 1 or 2 more picks that I really need to fill in. I don't think anything's going to be major that will change. As far as the offseason, I will be possibly looking to make maybe a small trade, but I'm kind of waiting to see how this last pick or 2 plays out. My last pick with the safety position, I was looking just for a guy that could kind of play in that specific role, like in a 3 safety, whereas the big nickel, or if you go to like quarter and you go to the 3 safeties, and the guy had decent stats, but just didn't really pan out. And there's not a whole lot left in safety. But it wasn't like a starter need. So, I guess to me, it's not, the big loss there. Tua definitely fills the need there at quarterback. And then Zach Moss and was a decent running back. I thought he was going to be better with all 3 A's. In his stuff and looking at his combine report, but he'll be usable for depth purposes. And CJ Henderson was another one, 8.1 combine grade. Good combine report, like on his 40 and his bench press and all of that. And he just lacks some of the coverage skills, but I think he'll be all right.
Guys, what you got for Tampa Bay Big Hurt?
I was making my pick. Sorry.
No, there you go. Well, Hurt, it's thanks for coming on and chit chat with us, and yeah, let's go. Hopefully, see you take down the Atlanta Falcons, because I know the rest of us are sick of watching him win. So hopefully, you and your creamsicles can make that happen.
I look forward to the challenge. You know, I came in to do it, so I'm hammering away until the job's done. So hopefully this is the year. But you know, he's definitely built a dynasty over there and has controlled this cycle. So hopefully someone, if it's not me, hopefully someone can take him out for this last season.
Well, he's firing shots in the chat here on the stream. He said that Powell hasn't intercepted a left-handed before. It'll be the last thing on his bucket list. So, yeah, look, rookie quarterbacks and Powell, those things don't go hand in hand. And so we'll see if that happens. Well, good luck to you, Hurt. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Hey, thank you. Powell's old, by the way, so I'm not worried about him.
We'll see. That guy's still a monster. We got the Giants here, the Packers, the Seahawks, the Titans, the Broncos, the Falcons again. Who gave the Falcons all these late picks? Jeez. So we're rolling through almost to the end here of round number 4. Yeah, been some interesting picks to come off here. Nothing really super, super exciting to talk about, but I feel like
you've got Bloop and you've got Smash willing to do interviews.
Let's bring Smash on. Let's get a little fire in here. Bloop sounded like he had a long, hard day today, man. He rode hard and hung up wet. So let's bring on Mr. Smash. I'm sure he is ready to talk some smack here. And there is a new king in town with Ross. Ross made a great pick with Patrick Queen. I should have made that pick in the 3rd round, but I couldn't pass up round 1 talent in the 3rd round. But Queen ended up being 90 speed, 91 acceleration for a linebacker. God, I could love to have my LSU guy out there. Anyway, but he's the new guy, and he is leading that division, and Smash is playing catch up. So Smash, welcome back to the show.
How am I playing catch up when I won the division?
Oh, did you win the division? That's right, because he hit a big skid and you didn't. That's right. I apologize. I forgot. You're right. He was winning early,
really?
And then he hit a big skid, and you kind of took over. So talk about the new guy, right? You got Cooley, right, who had a way down season from what's normal for him. You've got
tanking for Tua didn't work.
Tanking for Tua did not work out for him at all. But he can still wreck it for Ralph, who's still out there. Ralph O'Neal is still out there for money. And so anyway, tell me about your new division. Tell me about what it was like in season 90 and what were your plans going into the offseason?
Well, going in, I know how tough Cooley is. And, you know, I play him twice in TFL and twice here. So, you know, I know how tough he is. D. Ross, I played him in the deuce. I know he likes to run. And run. So, and then Priest. Well, we want to, you know, Priest had, like I said, had a good run. I thought he was going to win the division. If I didn't win that last game, we would have had 3, 8, and 18. Who knew? Who knows how Madden would have did the tiebreaker? But I think Cooley gonna have a bounce back.
Oh yeah.
I think he picked up another player in Jefferson. What a wide receiver, so that's gonna give me problems along with that tight end. So, but you know, I think if you shut down his tight end, you shut down his offense. But then he plays nice defense too. But going back to Vikings, getting on the Vikings, like I said, I don't even know why he drafted Madden. He likes to run the ball. And if he had draft pick, all he needed was another weapon at wide receiver. Granted, he has who does he have at wide receiver? Diggs and a speed guy from Ohio State. But when
Yeah,
you play him
definitely is
against a big
Diggs, who I know is still a pretty good player.
Curtis
I mean,
Samuel.
but
Curtis
if you
Samuel.
shut Diggs down, I don't mean to toot my horn, but if you shut Diggs down, then shut his running game down, which is hard to do now that he got his running back. Yeah, I think it's going to be a toss-up between the Lions and the Vikings in that division, in my division. Me, I'm still working, trying to figure out stuff, so we'll see. We'll see what I do. I don't talk, I just play.
You
And
talk
speak
a little.
facts.
Come
We
on,
don't
you talk.
smack.
You
We
talk
don't.
a little.
No,
You talk a
I
little.
just speak facts. Sometimes my talking, like I said, I respect everybody here. That's the only thing I can do because I don't know none of y'all personally. And to me, this is a great league, and we all help each other. But when it comes down to it, it's, I pride myself. I think I did well against the Falcons, but then the Falcons are the Falcons. I mean, what can you do when, hell, their cornerbacks are reading their routes? But he has got a little soft on offense, but now that everybody, who did he get in free agency? Did he get Cooks
He did. He got
in
Cooks.
free agency?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's over with. So we're just all playing second fiddle in the NFC.
But there's no abilities this year, so who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But I got a cornerback. I got the Fuller brothers, and I think I got who did I get that? Kendall Fuller from Steelers. I got it from Penguin. He had no abilities. He was just star, but he had high man ratings, 90. He seemed to play a little bit different. Maybe it was new team, but this year he came around. I think he had like 9 picks without abilities, and I think he's like 90 man or 93 man coverage without abilities. Now his brother Kyle had the ability. So we'll see how they play. I think Kyle played a little bit better with the ability, but I don't think it was the top cornerback abilities that you wanted that I got with my corner. All in all, like I said, in the NFC North, the top is going to be between the Lions and the Vikings, and I'm probably coming up fourth. So
Now,
that's the way I see it.
Bloop said this in the chat. He said, "Smash wins the division every year and is still quote unquote working on things." So he kind of has a point there. You're always constantly working on things, even though you continue to win the division. So
because I'm never satisfied, because if I lose, I go change my whole playbook sometime. But I think I found the playbook, because sometimes you just lose. Sometimes you lose.
So what's the outlook?
I guess
What are we expecting from your Bears this year? Number one, who's going to play quarterback?
Well, I picked up Jimmy G a couple of seasons too late. But, hey, when you don't have no money, I started off the Bears cap strap, so I had to work things. So I don't know. I drafted Love. I'm probably going to go with Love. Jimmy G will be a good backup, and I hate to cut Brissett since, hey, I went 11-5. I think twice. 11-5, 10-6 with him. So
what did Love end up looking like?
He was a 70 overall normal development. I mean, he got good stats, but
what's his stats?
I have to go.
You can skip this pick, Nate.
Let's see. I'll tell you right quick. I got it on my phone. I'm not impressed with it, but I wasn't gonna draft a quarterback. I was gonna draft that tight end that Jay Glaze drafted. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because we only got one season left and 74 catching. It's not gonna work.
I think 74 is plenty.
And I got one of your guys out of LSU. Yeah, I got that safety.
Yeah, he's a good player.
About that.
Yeah, and I think you took him one pick before I took my guy, and I would have taken him.
I wouldn't have took that Alabama player. That Mississippi State guy probably was better than him, even though he was a little bit lower. Let's see. 91 throw power, 83 deep, 79 medium accuracy, 85 short. So I mean,
79 worries me, but you can work on that.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the mid. I'm just worried about make sure he can throw short, and then when I can get that play action going.
You say that. We'll see when you're halfway and you need that 10-yard curl route, and he throws it 15 yards over his head, and you're like, what the?
Look, the only thing I'm worried about, as long as he's not paranoid. If he's not paranoid, I'm good. And then we got the abilities off. So
we do have abilities off. I think the abilities off will be a complete game changer, and hopefully at least open up the door for some of us. Ooh, Maniac! I want to hear about this guy. So post a picture, Maniac.
Okay. And you know what? That was one reason why, I was going to stick with Jimmy G. But I was like, well, last draft for this, for this season, let's go get a quarterback. because I went through the roster and I saw 76 overall, quarterback, AFC top Pro Bowl getter in Kansas City. And I went over to the Deuce and checked out all the stats with their quarterback low rated. I mean, just because you got the talent, you got to know how to use and you got to know how to play. So just because I got a top quarterback, that don't mean I'm going to do anything different. Because basically,
You can skip this pick, Nate.
Basically, what am I going to do different? If I win the division, I win the division. But more than likely, get a first round, a wild card, win that, and then guess who I got to face?
Yeah. I mean,
we got to face
same
the
one
Red
we all
Bull
got to face.
Right, in the Falcons. So, what's the difference? Because I'm still going to do me. I'm still going to run the ball and still going to play defense and, not take chances. Big Ten football all the way. So, that's just what I do.
So, what's the expectation for season 91?
Season 91, I'm going to go 7-9. I think.
It is the same
dude
quote every offseason.
Look who we got to play. We got to play. But I did go 11-5 that year when we did have to play the AFC South. But then also, I got a tougher division than against the guys that I played in. I guess the NFC North, I mean, I hate to say it in these times, is it a virus? Everybody that comes over there forgets how to play. And are just 500 teams. It could be just a division. Yeah, that could be a possibility. But with those guys that I got now in the division, excuse me, I'm only speaking facts, but Cooley and Ross, I might go 500 with them. But the other guys, like, nothing against Double Noel, man. Me and Double Noel, we're pretty cool. But I think Double Noel gets in his head sometimes. That's how I was able to win a couple of those games, because he's like, man, because when I had those two DNs or linebackers, Mac and Noel, I guess that would frustrate me too. I'd be pretty frustrated, just like I was going against the Falcons. So I guess, I know how he felt. Sometimes he's just like, hey, man, fuck it. I'll be honest with you. and then Priest, man, ain't nothing against you, Priest, but like this is what Nate said. You like to have fun. If Priest would play a balanced game, and it showed against the game that he beat me, that if he played a balanced game, he would be tough. Because look at his squad. His defense is tough. His offense. But like you said, he liked to sling it and have fun.
Yeah.
If he played a balanced game, he would be tough.
No, he would be. And he's got the roster to do it too.
And he has the roster to do it. And then going back to the Vikings, he likes to run the ball. And like I said, he got Zeke now, so that's going to be a tough out. But I'm pretty happy with the safety I got. I just wish we had left the X Factor zone now, because that big hit, playing with Washington over there in TFL, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. Now I know why Dwayne likes to have those big hitters. It makes a big difference.
That makes a massive difference.
But we'll see with my safety, and then I might go back to a 3-4. I picked up a nice linebacker out of Michigan.
Hey, real quick, Smash. I'm gonna go on pause, but I'm gonna let these guys interview you so I can make my next pick.
Okay. Go ahead. What's up, fellas?
Smash, when you gonna give Outlaw the Bears and come back to the East?
Outlaw doesn't want to go to the Bears. He's having fun over there in the East, and he got a good team over there. I wanted the Bills, but he did a smart thing. Stayed over there. I mean, I want to go back to the East, but I don't want the Patriots. And I don't know if Luke wanted to give up the Patriots, but the Patriots, that's a long weekend. That's gonna get
That's Miami of this Madden.
Yeah, well, I can't see myself going over there, because like I said, if I go over there, I'm gonna have to draft a quarterback. The last draft for imports, and I'm not big on quarterbacks, so that's enough right there. So they have some pieces on offense. They got a nice line and a running game. I wouldn't mind coming back to that. I had the most fun playing against Kevin over there.
Yeah, we had some battles.
And I owe you one anyway from the last game. I think you won it last second or something. Bears versus the Dolphins. So I owe you.
Yeah.
An old Cooley one too, if he's on.
Easy.
Cooley one from the TFL that Hale Cooper play.
Oh man, that's so awful.
But it's all good, man. Like I said, hey, anytime you can have fun, winning or losing, man, that's what it's all about to me. So anytime, like I said, we play, it's all good. But you know, hey, it's in the game. It's in the game. It could happen. It's a possibility it happen. I know it's kind of. If you go back and look at the replay of that, Cooper actually dove the ball. It looked like a Madden 92 dive.
Well, you don't see a lot of kickoff returns either.
Nah,
So you got to
like,
kick off return.
It was just like the Red Sea open on that play too.
It sure did.
Back and looked at that, it's just like, man, you never see that. Yeah. But how you think? What you think gonna go on in the division? How you see it playing out?
Our division? Oh man, I don't know. I had a really bad start to the season last year. I think I had D-Money and Mo. I had like 3 really tough games at the first of the year and lost all 3.
We had a couple of bad luck games where you had the game won. I seen a couple of those.
Yeah, most of them were. I just had a weird season where I had a lot of close games, but I lost them, and so I had a terrible record. And then I decided to change that quarterback. So we'll see. I mean, I've got a rookie quarterback, so I don't know.
But you got an ultimate weapon, the tight end, and that tight end is I don't know who you got at your wide receivers, but
they're all new.
Tight end,
Every one of my receivers are going to be new because Kenny Stills lost like 40 regression points, so he's going to be out. He's
that's good for the rest of us in the division. So
I traded for Patriots. I traded for N'Keal Harry, and then I got one in free agency, and then I just drafted Jefferson. So, and I got a couple lower rated speed guys. So I've got better weapons than I had last year at wide receiver, but I don't know if we'll just see how that works with the new quarterback. Nothing really changed on defense. I kept all those guys. So
I hate that. That's who was I talking to? I was telling Ravens to try to trade, but I know that you wanted to move. I don't know if you want to move up aside. I don't know who it was. I don't know. It was Buccaneers. I was hoping that you would give him one of your cornerbacks. That'd be a favor.
He was trying to trade for him, but I think that the cornerback will probably end up being an import.
Yeah, with this being the last season, that's why I didn't. Ravens wanted my cornerback. With this being the last season, personally to me, it just didn't make it to try to even go get one in the draft because who knows? At least I knew I had one that was for sure. So
I would have traded with the Bucks if I could have made it work in the calculator, without giving up that cornerback because I kind of wanted Burrow. I think after seeing it, he's really good, but the guy I've got's probably just as good or close, so I'm fine with who I have to have to give up something.
He is not really good, and you got a much better player.
Yeah, but with that height, it limits the speed because that height will slow him down. He ain't like he's like 89 speed. But don't worry, we'll take care of him. We'll pick him off, sack him a couple of times. Moving back to my 34, I probably do defense, so probably use that Carolina defense. So picked up a nice little linebacker out of Michigan. I'm excited about. He's a hidden development, so he'll play that right outside linebacker. That way, I have a balance on that left side. A guy that can rush in, cover, and then take care of the rushing side.
All 3 of the guys that I've drafted tonight have been hidden development, so that's been good.
So you think you taking the division? You want to go down the line 1, 2, 3, 4? Where are we gonna?
You can skip this pick, Nate.
You can skip Nate.
Not gonna predict going worst to first, but I think I'll be better than 4 or 5 wins.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're gonna take it.
We'll see.
Here to I'm just here to have fun this last season.
Nah, shoot. You know what you
Hey,
got, sucker.
yeah, don't worry
I
about
know how
whooping
you
me. I
know
ain't
what
got
you're
nothing.
doing. You can trick these
Yeah,
guys. You can't trick me.
yeah. We have battles over there in the other league, and we got battles in
You
over
can
here.
skip the next two, Nate. Colts and Panthers.
So you saying the Vikings gonna win the division?
He got a good chance. He got Zeke, and he knows how to run. He's a good player.
But well, this is what I want to say, and I'm probably gonna get off here after this. You guys ever voted top 20 coaches or whatever? You should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm just saying, since I wasn't voted in the top 20, I'm not putting myself in this. But you guys really should be the top 5 at least. The top 5 guys outside of Falcon. You should be ashamed of yourself letting him win all these Super Bowls. So,
Boy, I was in the top 5. That Madden 20 was not about player rankings. It was about whole ownership.
well,
I'm doing the best I can over here.
oh, well, you got your boy now. You got the weapons. You got a triplet. You got Thomas.
He
you
is
got,
not. Y'all
what's the
think I'm
running back
playing?
name?
This dude's not playing on my team. He's terrible. He's not better than Carr. He's by far not going to be a starter.
Oh, hey, I got a good fullback.
Is he hidden dev?
He's hidden dev. That doesn't mean anything. With no
Nah.
abilities,
Well,
no
you can
attributes.
build him
But he's
up.
still
His
good.
throw
Yeah,
power
he's
might
still
go
good.
up 1 or 2 during the year.
Dude, hey, this guy's 88 speed. Oh, man.
Smash is on a roll about his fullback. All right, Smash, we love you. Thank you for being on. We're going to get Bloop in here, though. Look forward to seeing you go 12-4, whatever it would be, instead of your 7-9, like you said.
Hey, 6-10 wins the NFC North anyway, so what does it? Out.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Smash, man. Smash the only guy that would just do his own show. I love Smash. Good dude. So let's bring in Mr. Bloop, our quiet Canadian, who's usually on the show with us, but I know he's had a long, hard day, and hopefully he'll come and hang out with us in here. So right now we're at pick number 28, so almost to the 6th round. We got the Bengals, the Seahawks, the Titans, the Broncos, Falcons, and they're off into round number 6, and we'll wrap this thing up really decent time tonight, probably 10:30-ish, somewhere in there. Mr. Blue,
how's it going, guys?
How's it going, my friend?
What's up, Blue?
Doing all right.
You're keeping that chat rocking and rolling, I can see.
Yeah, I was having fun in there.
Just keeping people on their toes, I hope.
Yeah. I just, you're right. After work today, I was just like, I even left work early. I was like, I'm just tired. I don't want to do anything. So yesterday was a big day. Today was just like, oh, I'm getting old and it's hurting today.
It seems like your phone. Are you talking to us on your phone or computer?
Oh, I'm on my computer.
I see. I couldn't. You're breaking up real bad. That's why I asked. So I don't know if it's your phone or your computer. But it was just somebody even commented. They're giving you a hard time in the chat, Bloop. I gotta let you know they're giving you a hard time in the chat. So
the Canuck Wi-Fi.
It's been what, like 6 months you've been fighting this Wi-Fi issue, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. It's probably just the town I work in.
I've been telling everybody he's converting to Amish.
Bloop is having sex with a robot right now, I think. That's what it sounds like.
No, he's embracing his inner Amish.
You know, I had like 3 months of internet trouble here, and so I called my cable company this weekend, and I was like, hey, you guys told me that once you got this fixed, call and you'll take care of me, and like I want a bump up in service for a year. And they're like, oh yeah, we could do that for like $30. I'm like, all right, cool, I can do that. But your first bill is going to be $200 extra. I was like, have you lost your damn mind? Like, you're not doing me a favor by charging me $200 extra here. Like, no, thank you. Anyway, are you still with us, Blue?
Is this any better?
That is a little better. Yeah, I mean, for right now, it is.
Okay.
Well, Bloop, you turned the corner this past season and really got that team humming, playing really well. Again, you lost your quarterback who was well on his way to a Pro Bowl vote, as you said today. At least he made the Pro Bowl graphic, and then kind of had to you tied two ends together to get through the season, but you made a nice run in the playoffs. So talk about season 90. How did it play out for you? Was it like expected, below expectations? Fighting through a quarterback injury can't be easy.
Yeah, it was kind of just an up and down season. I did not I expected to do well last season. I think I told Ola before the year because he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna contend." I'm like, "No, I'm winning the division." We just had PM. I was just messing with him, but also high confidence in my team. So I expected to do well, but I started 8-0, and I was not expecting that. Probably the best I've ever started on Madden. Usually I'm a slow starter. Yeah, and then week 9, I guess. At the very, I think I was in the fourth quarter of my game against the Raiders, and McAllister gets hurt on a handoff. So, there goes the season. It felt like I had two different quarterbacks fighting for the who's gonna pick up the scrap in the job. And we squeaked through. Defense. My defense did start out well, and it fell apart after that injury as well. Probably just because I wasn't putting my opponent on their heels quite as much as I was at the start of the year. But they won a couple games, and then McAllister came back week 17. He wasn't the same. My efficiency wasn't the same as a team. And we lost week 17. We squeaked out a crazy comeback win against the Chiefs in the wild card round, and then got destroyed by the Titans. So I think McAllister had 6 picks before his injury, and I think he had 8 picks in the 3 games after his injury. So he wasn't the same either. So I don't know. It was a good season, but I felt like I left a lot out there, and that's why just to wrap that up, first thing I did this season was sign a backup quarterback. I signed Dak just in case that ever happens again.
Yep. So the internet is not being your friend right now. And it sucks because I love having you on here and you always help us so much on the chats. But real quick, unless this internet cleans up this time, which I'm fingers crossing, I hope it does. What are the expectations? You maybe really quick, would you do this off season? How'd the draft go? And what's the expectations for season 91?
Yeah, I lost 0 starters. The only guys I lost, I traded away. So my team looks pretty good. I expect to compete. I don't know. I think Clyde and Kevin and Ola are all, I know Kevin especially, it seems like 90 something overall now, probably. I was 88 in week 17, so his team's crazy. Clyde's always good, and Ola's building, so I expect him to be good, but I'm going to compete with them, hopefully win, and then I hope to win some more playoff games.
Well, man, I'm pulling for you. You're one of my favorite players here, and I tell you this all the time, but it's an honor to have you here because TFL is your baby, and that's your number 1, but I never have ever felt like we're number 2 to you. You give so much here, and I appreciate you playing here. So good luck to your Patriots in season 91, and hopefully somebody will go knock off those Falcons, even if it's not in the NFC. At least do it over there in the OMFL Bowl 99. I had a stroke right there. Number 91. I had the bloop internet. The bloop internet went through his line and went into my vocal cords and screwed me up. So anyway, I'm pulling for you. People are giving you a very hard time in chat. There's some pretty funny things in there that McAllister has pulled your internet, that you didn't run the cord long enough to your neighbor's house. There's just some pretty funny stuff. So go and check that out. Bloop, we love you, buddy. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I would keep you much longer, but your connection's terrible.
All right, see you guys. I probably won't be able to play all year.
Bye.
Let's hope not. Hopefully you can play. All right, we're already at pick number 6. I know I can skip it. Don't yell at me, please.
I was just getting ready to. I was geared up for that.
I could hear it in your voice. So we're already at pick number 7 here. Were you waiting on that guy?
Who? No. Oh. I was disappointed I didn't get to say it.
It's okay. My bad. All right, so pick number 7 here in the 6th round, and we're quickly wrapping it up. Poor Bloop. I did want to kind of dig into his team. He drafted McAllister a couple seasons ago, kind of to be the heir apparent to Brady, and then didn't really go the way he had it. I think he hated that dude for some time, and then all of a sudden turned the corner, and this guy's become a very good player. Do you guys believe that McAllister is the guy that could win an OMFL Bowl for the Patriots?
He's good. I play him twice a year.
Yeah, he's good. He's solid when he's healthy.
Riveting commentary from my two friends here. What's it going to take for the Patriots then? Like, we've got the Brownies, right? Massimo's moving from Kansas City to the Browns. You've got the Bengals, who've clearly put together a very good team. Dwayne is always going to be the king of the hill over there. You got the Patriots, making a push. We've seen the Bills improve. We've seen what the Broncos did. They got all the way to the OMFL Bowl. I know I'm leaving out teams. I love the Texans draft. We know what Mo can do with his Tennessee Titans. There's like a lot of really good teams over there. What's it going to take for the Patriots to represent the AFC over in OMFL Bowl 91?
I think he's going to have to stay healthy, maybe get some contributions from some of the guys he's drafted, and just need a little bit of. Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck to go your way. Sometimes.
Moving
he's got
teams.
a tough road because.
Go ahead. Or don't.
You scared him away.
You moving teams away from the Steelers, does that open up some things there for the Patriots?
I don't think it really affects it because playing Rayberg, I played him in the Deuce Bowl, actually. He's a really good player. He's a solid player. He's probably going to pick up where I left off with the Steelers, so I don't expect that to change. And like you said, with Massimo, he's going to pick up where Chaotic left and probably go further. So the divisions are going to stay
hopefully he goes
just
way
as difficult.
further than what was it,
I
a
think he's
3-win team
further
this year.
I think he's going to be at least an 8 to 10 win team.
He can't do no worse on feedback forms. Chaotic ain't submitted a feedback form in 3 years. All right, rant over.
I think the Browns take that division. I think he's a 12-win team.
Well, since he proved himself last year, he finally put it all together. The quarterback finally got to where he needed him to be. He got Hopkins. They're loaded.
But Massimo can match his offense, and he's got a better defense.
No.
Yeah, I gotta lean towards that myself too. We got the Ravens coming up, the Dolphins, Vikings, Packers, Rams, and Steelers. So we're rolling right here through the 6th round. We will be in preseason week number 4 tonight. Maybe even some new settings. There's definitely some new All-Pro settings there to test out. But I may get with Maniac tonight and see where he is on the All Madden settings. And I don't know. We need to test them both out. And I don't know what we're going to do for this last season. I'm just looking for anything. We're probably going to keep it on All Pro with my adjusted settings, no abilities on, and see how this preseason plays. So I'm encouraging you to play if you can. Make time to play. I'd love to just kind of get some feedback because I made some adjustments there with some of the trying to tighten up some of that coverage. And help the defense out a little bit. So I know that doesn't help teams like the Falcons, who already are all over you, but he was also all over you with a bunch of abilities. So maybe the abilities back that off a little bit. I don't know. We'll find out here.
You can skip the Ravens
soon enough. Oh, that's right. Anybody else want to come and hang out with us?
That was everybody that asked to be interviewed when you put that out there. So that's all we got right now.
You're watching season 91 OMFL Draft. Thank you so much for tuning in. The chat's been super active tonight. It looked like Discord's been super active. The new setup has worked really well. Seems like it's still in HD. The audio seems good. So I'm pretty proud of everything that we've been able to pull off tonight. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed yourselves. And, Rob came through in the clutch to get me some more information on a last second notice. My poor guy was like, yeah, I was going to be ready for a Thursday draft. I'm like, it's Thursday, Rob. And he's like, oh, yeah, it is. It happens. It happens to all of us. This COVID's got us deep. I almost wish I'd just catch it and get it over with. But we're wrapping things up here. What do you you move over to the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Do I have that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You take over a team that has, I think the Pro Bowl starting quarterback on that team now. You've got some weapons with Tyreek and his other guy whose name I'm slipping me right this second. Where were the holes in that team you're a defensive-minded guy. You went out and got like 33 defensive all-star ability players for that Pittsburgh Steelers defense. I seen the coach light up one play. You had so many defensive stars. So what were the holes there for the Kansas City Chiefs? And what were you thinking when you took over that roster?
I was thinking more into Madden 21. I'm going to try and put together a run in the last season, but all the credit to Massimo, man. He did a great job. There's not really too many holes in the team. They've got a good secondary. They've got solid linebackers. The defensive line isn't what the Steelers was, but I went completely overboard with that defensive line, and it showed in other areas. There's been a lot of lessons learned this year from the Steelers to here. So they're still going to be fine, though. And offensive line, they were a little bit aging and needed some replacements, but the draft was good to me in that area. And other than that, there really wasn't too much they needed. He did a great job. I really didn't have to do too much at all. So all the credit to him. He's a great team builder and a great owner.
What were
you can skip the Steelers, too.
Yes, sir. What were you looking for in? Oh crap! Hit the wrong button. What were you looking for in this draft?
Offensive line. I was kind of interested in tight end if it was there, but it really wasn't there for any of us for the most part. I took a shot defensively, but I was a little bit too late on that. I didn't have a first-round pick because Massimo had dealt it in a pretty good deal. So it was mainly just offensive line and just fill out some depth and get some solid players. I picked up a couple guys that are hidden dev on offensive line, so that'll help. So it was just filling out the few holes that were there, but, he did a great job. Anybody would be blessed to take over a team that he put together.
Are you finished giving this guy a kiss on the cheek?
He did a great job.
I'm gonna say something really naughty, but I'm trying to be nice in this because somebody in my life is gonna pull this up and get me. But now that you're finished, like taking him out on a virtual date, what do you feel like this team is? Like, what's next for this team? What's the expectations for this team? Are you gonna rebuild that defense and become a powerhouse? Like, what are your expectations there? Like, you're kind of underselling this a little bit, so now you got me wondering.
I don't know. I don't know if I really want to commit to anything because I committed to a lot with the Steelers and said the goal is always the bowl, and it should be always the goal. I mean, we all play, to win. We play a game to win, but at the end of the day, I committed too much with the Steelers and set the bar too high, so I kind of just want to let it ride and see whatever happens with them. Do I think they can make playoffs? For sure. Do I think they could win a bowl? For sure. But I'm not going to commit either way to any of that just yet. I'm going to let it play out and see what happens because this is a new division for me. I've played Colin quite a bit, and he's a great opponent. I've played the Raiders and the Broncos just a couple times, maybe only once or twice this year, and they're great owners. So, you don't really know what you're walking into. I've been in the North all cycle, so this is a change for me. So we'll see what happens.
Well, it's my pick, so I'm going to let you guys talk it out for a second while I use my last little minute here to figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah. We still got you here, Kevin, or no?
Yeah, I'm still there.
So what are we doing with Miami next year? What's the plan? You got all them draft picks. You had the big draft this year. What's the plan? What are we doing?
Survive into Madden 21.
I know that, but I meant Madden 21. We're all just trying to survive this Madden.
Honestly, I mean...
Did you like the draft? Did you hate it?
Oh, no. I took a wide receiver, so yeah. Kind of excited for the wide receiver. I mean, everything else has been kind of just depth. I started this Madden off with a 69 overall team, so... I've turned it around, but just haven't produced it on the field.
Yeah.
Hopefully this season kind of can at least give Bloop a run for the division, or even Jason, us two kind of bounce back and forth with the division this Madden.
Well, I was gonna say, what's it gonna take to put a clear winner in place for that division? Because y'all have, gotten good areas and gotten on little stretches of wins and had different guys lead it. We had Jason, we had Bloop, we have you. I played you, and you have a hell of a team. And Bloop, when he's healthy, he has a hell of a team. And Jason's got that crazy user that can make you break things at any given moment. You can skip the Eagles.
His user corner skills are just ridiculously good. Like, you think you got him beat, and no, he's going to jump up and pick it. I almost don't even throw to his side of the field anymore.
I've reached that point as well
You
where
have
you're just
to at
like,
some point.
I'm just done with it. I'm just done with them over there. I'm not even gonna bother. And then you go away from them and you see Jamal Adams on the other side.
Gosh, Jamal Adams is so frustrating. You'll get a wide open wide receiver, and he'll just come in and lay the hit, and either make you fumble it or drop it. Like my
Yeah.
wide receivers drop so many balls, it's not even funny. If Madden actually recorded the drop stat, I'd probably lead the league in drops. My wide receivers can't hold on to anything.
Yeah.
Hey, I play the Falcons twice every season, so I don't want to hear it.
I lead off the season with the Falcons, so
People don't understand like how much of a soul-sucking drainage that is to like get excited about your team and build it. You try them out in preseason and get your depth chart set. You got your uniforms all tightened up. You got everything like you wanted, and then you get your teeth knocked out of your mouth, and you're like, "Oh, that was fun."
I've only played him once this year, and I lost. He beat me. You know, he had the game plan, but I was pleasantly pleased with the outcome. I didn't get rolled like I've gotten rolled in other games for various reasons, whether it was myself or just the game or, you know, whatever. But I don't not enjoy playing him, if that makes sense. Like, when I play him, I feel like it's more of a learning experience. I haven't had an experience it's like, oh my god, I'm just miserable. You can skip the Jets. But, you know, I've only played him once, so, you know,
I
who
don't
knows?
understand how his corners shut down. I have two amazing corners in Minka Fitzpatrick and Xavier Howard, both high 90s man coverage, and they get burned all game. Like, I don't know. I can't figure it out.
Some guys in Madden are just different. You know, we've been playing for a long time. I think we all can look back and see guys that we've had on our rosters. You can skip the Panthers. We can all look back at our rosters and say, oh, you know, I had this guy and he was just different. He was just like everybody else, but he was just different. And he seems to be just one of those guys that's picked up those guys that are just different. They just play above what they are, or play true to what they are in his case.
Yeah, they're playing true to what they are in his case. Like, yeah, like I said, I had the number one run defense last Madden or last season, but the worst pass defense. Like, and I have an amazing secondary on paper, but they don't perform.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I've had the same thing as well. I've had guys that, you know, are great and they should do well, and they just don't. It's just hit or miss. And then you see guys that are, you know, low 80s, 70s sometimes, and they'll set the world on fire. It's just like a lot of RNG and luck sometimes, it feels like.
Yeah, I like some of that. I just wish there's a little bit more consistency about being able to like figure out the what and the how. Like I traded away Lattimore. He has like 4 picks in the last 3 seasons combined. He just didn't do anything for me. But then you've got cornerbacks rated much lower than him that are, you know, just shutting down entire sides of the field, that are running routes before your guy finishes a route. Just all kinds of craziness like that.
Yeah, you just see guys that
Fitzpatrick will get interceptions, but they give up so much. Like, I gave up 4,500 passing yards last season, but only allowed 1,180 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got the Bears, the Patriots, the Giants, the Bengals, the Seahawks, the Titans, the Broncos, and Falcons, all wrapping it up here for round number 6, and then we'll be off to round number 7, and hopefully that goes pretty quickly. It looks like the chat is starting to die down a little bit. The numbers are high still, though. We got 18 people checking us out, so appreciate everybody hanging out with us. You're watching OMFL Draft number 91. We just finished season 90 a couple days ago, moving into season 91. This will be our last season of Madden 20. Potentially, there is the chance that we brush it off in August if Madden 21 is delayed until September. That would probably be a little late to try to wait. So we may dust it off for like a reboot in August if Madden 21 is delayed. But there's a bunch of reasons. Like I know we're all kind of sick of this game. I know it's going to happen. We're going to play with abilities off. We're going to find these slider adjustments. We're all going to fall in love with it, and we're going to want to play some more. But I just think like COVID-19 has driven us all stir crazy around the world. Summertime is already hard. Like guys want to be outside with their families. They're baseball. They're swimming. They're boating. They're vacationing. They're doing their thing. You mix in summer with COVID, which I know it's not going to be like normal where people can just go anywhere and everywhere most likely, but I just think we'd be fighting an uphill battle to force one more season after this one, a season 92. So we'll play through season 91. We'll take that's 2 months, right? And we'll be able to, or a month and a half, whatever it is, we'll be able to take the temperature and see where we are at the end of that. But most likely take a couple week break. If Madden 21 is delayed, brush it back off, do a reboot of NFL rosters, and play one season while we wait for the new one to drop. So what's going to happen here after the end of round 7 is we're going to go to 5-minute intervals. So you'll have 5 minutes to get your training in, set your stuff, do it, get it done, and move on. We'll stop in week 4. Week 4, you'll be able to make your cuts, sign free agents under 70, free willy, and if you have a guy 70 or above, you need to put in a free agent bid. Those will start being closed tomorrow. Play week 4. I will put in bloops. I'm telling you guys right now, I already put in my own, but I will put in bloops. Everyone talks about how great bloops is. I personally have the belief that CFMs play completely different. You can put the exact same settings, exact same players, exact same everything. I just personally believe that every CFM plays different. So I'll plug in bloops. Let's see what it feels like. I'll see how different it is from mine. I don't think it's going to be all that much different, but we'll plug them in and play week 4 in the preseason with those, make some decisions, go on from there into week 1. By then, maybe Maniac will have some more information for us about All Madden. I do think All Madden would be a stretch for us. The Deuce sounds like they might go All Madden, but I think that might be a little bit of a stretch for us. So, no, send them to me, Blue. I'm not making a big
You
deal.
can skip Seattle, but they're almost done. And the timer's almost done on them.
You gonna make the playoffs this season, Nate? You got what
Hell
it takes?
no, I don't. I'm terrible.
No?
No, I'm terrible, man. I don't have a quarterback on this roster. I don't have a running back on this roster. I have a really good offensive line, but they don't play up to par. I've got a good defensive line. I've got no linebackers, and my DBs are suspect. So,
don't you still got Kamara?
He's terrible. I can't play with him. I can't do anything with him. He's hit every time he gets the handoff. He gets hit in the backfield. I can't. It's mind blowing. I'm so frustrated with my team. I don't even know. Okay, thank you, Bloop.
I will say playing 3-4 and having 2 really good outside linebackers shuts the run down. Like I don't think I allowed a 100-yard rushing game last season. My 2 outside linebackers and Baker and Hamilton will frustrate the hell out of you because as soon as you hand the ball off, they're there.
Well, Cooley totally undersold me a while ago when I beat him in week 1 of last season, and Pickney had 6 sacks. He had like 6 sacks the rest of the season total. Like, it was just mind-blowing. Shea, who I drafted 2 seasons ago, who was an X-Factor type player, I think he had like 4 sacks all season. Just like my team didn't play up to par. Apple was leading my cornerbacks in picks. He only had 6, and so yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see if my team plays more how I built them to play whenever we turn abilities off and get into the season with no abilities. So I've invested in the offensive line some more. You know, I went out and spent some big money to really put some powerhouses. So I've got some mauls that can get up front and block. So if I can't run, it ain't because of my offensive line. It's because of me or I just. Kamara's 88 speed kills me every single time. It's like if you're not 90 speed, it's hard to run, or you just got to be a really talented runner.
He's that slow?
Yeah, he's that slow. It's terrible.
Did he regress?
No, that's what he is out of the box.
What?
Yeah.
What? He's not that slow in real life.
No, I know. I think he should at least be a 90, but he's not.
At
he's
least?
88. He might be 89.
Wow.
But he's just
wow.
Yeah, I mean. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, I don't know this. I don't know the secret to getting the pass rush. I can't get a pass rush. That's why I get passed on so bad.
That's my one hope about the Falcons.
Have all day to pass.
His pass rush was so powerful because once he got those X factors, it was game over. I mean, he was on you in seconds. So I'm hoping that no pass rush helps maybe bring him back to the pack a little bit.
Because I know like 3-4 is amazing for run defense.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's there for pass defense, pass rush. I don't get any pass rush. Like, I'm lucky to have one player maybe
Yeah.
get 10 sacks.
No, you're right.
Yeah. I was just going to say, you're exactly right. I've been in a 3-4 and I've been in a 4-3 with the Steelers this year with Mack and Watt and all them. The thing is like, when I was in a 4-3, it was sacks galore. But when you saw Wayne or you saw, like yourself, the Dolphins or anybody that had the run game, it was over. You might as well just not even showed up and packed it in because they were just going to run it down your throat until it was, it was done. They were gone. And then when you go to the 3-4, you get that edge rusher that can come free if they don't have the extra tight end in or the fullback doesn't pick them up. But when they go to pass, forget about it. It's just a balancing act. You're going to have to give it up somewhere. And, the guys that can figure out a way to give it up somewhere and still maintain a pass rush and somewhat of a run-stuffing defense. Did. Yeah, he's found the balance that none of us, have or whatever. And even the ones that have found the balance, we don't have the offense to match up or whatever happens there.
And what he does on offense, and it's not like it's some big secret, just watch a couple of his games. He's going to twin tight end you most of the game. He's just going to ram it right down your freaking ram hole. And then when you start like bringing guys out and adjusting like all of your defense to adjust to that, he starts hitting. He's freaking got Finnegan or whatever the hell that guy's name is out there, route running you and cutting on a dime, even at 63 speed. And then he's got the deep threats, and then he can hit you with the. It's just it's frustrating because when I play two tight end sets like that, it doesn't work. I get shut down. There's no holes there. Yeah. But you play some of these teams that are really set up. Two tight ends just kills you. It just kills your defense, and you have no. And once they start running the ball for 8, 9, 10 yards a hole, man, you hang it up. You have no shot.
I've been trying to convince the Falcons to come in here and give us an interview for the 7th round, but I don't think he's going to.
Yeah, I don't know how you beat D-Money.
I don't know how you beat him. I haven't beat him either, so I can't say, but I think you just got to have an answer for everything. You find an answer for everything, you find a way to beat him.
I played him that felt pseudo close. I must have caught him drunk, high, and sleepy on that night. It was 13-10, and I was about to score another touchdown in the third quarter. DC. The next game, he beat me 37-3.
Only Colin knows how to do it because he had him beat, and he gave that game away.
We got him here, so let's ask him.
D-Wayne could do it too. D-Money, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I think if D-Wayne didn't pull his players on that last Super Bowl before, he would have had a chance.
No, I think D-Wayne lets D-Money get in his head, just personally opinion, because he doesn't play his normal self in those games. D-Money, you with us, buddy?
Yeah, you guys hear me?
What's up, big guy?
Yep.
Now,
hang on, let me set this up here. It's hard for me to hear you guys.
Guys should all be warned as he continues to prepare himself.
There we go.
That this is an FBI background researcher, so anything that you say can and will be used against you in the court of law, and he will be able to figure it out. So don't trust this man. D-Money, welcome to the show. Your 19th Super Bowl in a row, sir. How you feeling sitting on top of the mountain again?
It's not much different than the last one or the one before that or the one before that.
Or the one before that.
Yeah.
Do you make your wife polish your trophies before you lay down?
No, those are stuffed with the PS4 where pretty much only I can see them.
Okay.
How much room do you got for how many more?
Not much.
Not much?
No.
Well, he's got about $400 worth of trophies sitting there. He's got another $25 one on its way here soon. So, talk about this draft. Like, you have revamped your team over the last couple of seasons. What was kind of your mindset after this bowl game? It seemed like you were going to go like a bunch of low-rated players just to prove a point, but then somebody pissed you off and you want to prove another point. So, talk to me about like what are all these points you're trying to prove?
You can skip the reasons. It was draft going into it didn't really need much at all. I took a punter, I think, second round. And the only thing I thought about, I was contemplating the whole, blowing it up, playing with young, fun guys, but the two first rounder rule kind of killed it for me. And then I think it was Jason who said, well, once abilities are off, he'll come back to earth and he won't be the same. So now I have to show that I'm the same without abilities.
It's totally fair. So what were you hoping to achieve? First, you gave Brandon Cooks like $900 million. So why go after a 98-year-old Brandon Cooks?
He still had good attributes. The receiver, I'm drawing a blank. I'm tired. The guy that 00 sent me. He kind of died.
Yeah. Did he die?
Yeah, I have a regression prevention, so I think I might use it on him. But yeah, when your quarterback makes, I think like $5 million, you've got enough cap room to kind of spend on a luxury like Cooks. So I think I'll put him at number 2 with Ridley.
Guys, help me out. Give me some questions here. My pick is coming up, so I'm needing to check out my draft board.
All right. I'm gonna ask the burning. I'm gonna ask the burning questions for the league since everybody wants to know here. So what does it take? What are we all missing here? Not telling you to tell us how to beat you, but what are we missing here? If you had to answer for the league, everybody that wonders, what does it take? What does it take? What are we missing?
You got to have a mixture of, obviously, you got to be good on the sticks, but team building. I think I can be a little underrated with that. Say, oh, the Falcons are so good. Well, I mean, they're middle of the pack every year, but I do get to start with someone like Deion Jones, who Nate knows I love. Because I think linebackers that are fast and can cover, I don't care what their block shit is or hit power. If they can cover, they're pure gold.
I agree with that.
And then the last 3 versions, I brought over a corner because I think secondary minus the safeties. I think secondary is the most important thing in Madden to me, which is, I think now is pretty obvious. If you got 2 good corners, okay, what are you going to do on 3rd and 6 when he's 4 wide and your nickel and dime are average and people get killed in the slot? So pass rushers have always been kind of a luxury for me, and this one I really built Tack up. Tack McKinley, I think he's low to mid 70s to start, and I just poured XP into him, and then I traded Keanu Neal for Carl Lawson, who already was like high 80s in power and finesse move. So those 2 after a couple seasons just kind of turned into pure gold. And you combine that with the corners and fast coverage linebackers, and you're going to have a good or amazing defense.
And there you have it. All right. Well, here's another good question for you. When you're in the playoffs, coming out of the NFC, who do you hate to see? Who do you get a matchup with and you're like, oh, no? Because we all got that person.
Mo.
Really? Mo?
Yeah.
Mo's a great player.
He's beaten me the most, I think, this version. I'm trying to think because I'll watch the games, and sometimes I'm kind of like rooting for the person that I maybe doesn't give me the most trouble. But Mo comes to mind right away.
Because Mo's always like, oh no, we've lost. Another Super Bowl. Send him along. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first couple seasons, I think he beat me in the regular season, and then I beat him in the playoffs, but he kind of had a similar defensive setup. He's got fast linebackers who can cover, and then he's got those 2 stud corners. And but at the time, I had cheat code Julio, about to get sacked, and you can just close your eyes and press whatever button he is, and he's gonna sometimes help you out. But yeah, I would have to say Mo.
And the crowd goes silent. Honestly, how are you not bored with this? You and I talked about this. You just have so done. Nothing's even been close or seemed like it's even a challenge. Literally, how's this fun?
Sorry, you kind of cut out there, Nate.
I said, how's it fun?
I think I said before, I just like the process. I may not chat a ton
Mhm.
in like, you know, the main chat, but I DM with like half the league, and we, you know, shoot the shit. And
Yeah.
so, you know, like, yeah, Penguins is one. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I like just like hanging out with the guys and chatting, and then I like the process, the draft, the free agency, the trades. That if I can actually convince someone to trade with me, well,
You can
while
skip
Nate,
the
you're
Eagles.
yelling, while Nate, you're yelling at him. If I can get him to hit accept in the forum, you know, that's always fun. So,
All right. Well, I got a couple more questions for you if you're down.
yeah, sure.
So we've asked you about the NFC. When you get to the bowl, as you have so many times, you know, who would be a dream matchup for you out of the AFC? Who do you want to play? Who do you want a bowl game against out of the AFC? If you could pick anybody, who do you think would be a great game?
I'd Cincy comes to mind.
Cincy's tough.
Yeah, I think we've had some good games. I can't remember if I beat him in the Super Bowl this version or in 19. I want to say it was 19.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously Colin, but
Yeah, Colin's a good
I
one.
don't know why he's picking 6th in the draft. That guy should
I
never
think he
be
just had a
picking
rough
that.
year this year.
I think everybody's had
Um,
some rough years this year, and we've all kind of gotten burnt out.
Yeah, he's probably. I mean, guess those two come to mind.
Yeah.
He should have had the first one. I think it was season 1 of 20. He
Mhm.
should have had it, but I don't know.
Didn't give the ball to Gordon.
Yeah. So yeah, I think those two.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was. I mean, Dwayne, our games were closer in the first couple. I mean, was it season 2 and 3 and 4? I think of this version or something. The first couple were closer. I think that one where I kicked the last second field goal to win.
Yeah.
So he is always tough, but I think I just got used to his gameplay a little bit, and the margin of victory started to kind of grow a bit.
Yeah.
When
Well,
you
what's
play
the
someone
play?
5 times in a row, that might happen.
Yeah, you play a guy that many times, you know, you're going to settle into familiarity, and it's going to become, you know, kind of redundant.
Yeah.
I've had that happen myself with some guys, so I can definitely relate. You can skip the Panthers, Nate, and you can skip the Colts.
Do you already have an import lined up?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, what's your plans for, you know, Madden 21? Who's the import? You know, where are we going? What's the plan here for the
Evidently,
last
both
ride?
these guys are moving in. Jesus.
Well, we
I
didn't
got
talk
room.
much the whole draft, so we got to give you one good interview at the end.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be the Falcons. They lost a ton of talent, and I don't mind that at all. I'd stay, but I think I've been them 3 versions now. So I wouldn't mind taking maybe a crappier team. I thought about a team like just going back home to, you know, from California. So maybe something out west, maybe like Mo's division. So him and I can beat up on each other.
Okay.
So it would depend where I'd where I'd go, but I mean, you know me, I always want to take the corner. So I'll probably take what's his name? Jameson that I traded for from
That's what you got from the Ravens, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Ravens was for
Yeah.
the offensive lineman, right?
Yeah, I think he's
That
like a
silly guy.
6'2" or 6'3", 94 speed, 90 man coverage guy. So I think no matter where I go, I'll probably take him. I think he would be 26 in season 1. So
He's 26 now. So it'd be
he's 26 now. So
27.
27. Yeah,
yeah.
I'd still do that. Yeah, I'm assuming him.
Well, since you're from California, who is your favorite team in real life? Like, who do you pull for?
Yeah, I didn't grow up with one. So I'm a diehard Angel and Laker fan. So I don't have a football team. Love football, played football. I just didn't grow up with the team like I did those two. So I think maybe, I don't know, something, if Rob were interested, maybe like the Cardinals, let him take Kyler and build that team up, and Mo and I can go at it. Something like that.
It'd be fun to watch.
That would be
What's
That'd be a fun division to watch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would assume we would go down to the wire, every season. So
00 said SOB, no 49ers open.
There you go. 49ers, there you go.
Don't give them the 49ers. Come on.
They're too good. Yeah,
49ers are really fun to have. I just can't give up my Saints yet. Not yet. I'm close, but not yet.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna take the Browns.
I thought about it. I thought about Kansas City as well, just to get the hell away from you for both of those. But if I'd had somebody that would have taken the Saints and I know would have given them back for Madden 22, which, let's be honest, the chances that I'm still here in Madden 22 are slim to none. But if I knew that I could have gave them up to get them back, I would have done it. But I don't trust anybody here anymore.
Yeah, if I had a favorite team, I'd take them and never leave.
No, I mean, I can't relate.
Yeah,
You left.
You can't.
I gave up the Steelers for, my own reasons, so.
Well, D-Money,
You gotta...
dominant again, my friend. Congratulations. You're driving the rest of us insane, so I appreciate you making my life a personal living hell, and hope you continue to buff those trophies up, and I'll get another one off to you here pretty soon. I'm going broke, actually, because of these trophies, so if anybody wants to donate money, some $25 D-Money trophy money could help me a ton, so send it over to the PayPal. But thanks again, man. Good luck this season 91, and my God, I hope that this at least evens the playing field a little bit for the rest of us, because it just doesn't feel like fun anymore.
Let him buy his own damn trophy. Winning so much.
Smash, man. He got a big donation from me. I'm pretty much paying for him.
Whoop-de-doo.
Oh, man.
Whoop-de-doo.
Next time I'll just tell him to keep his money and he'll just save me on
Yeah,
sending
he might
trophies.
I always thought the
Might as well
trophy
get
thing
it
was a
printed
myth.
now,
I didn't
man.
think there was actually a real trophy.
Oh no, there's a whole freaking pile of them in Tennessee right now. Freaking probably
I'll
see
get a
them,
picture.
you probably see them up from outer space. They're shining so bright.
We haven't seen the picture yet of all of them lined up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when this next one gets here, I'll line them all up.
Please do. All right, and
The
on that
wall of
note,
shame.
we're gonna wrap this interview up. We're 2 picks from wrapping this whole show up. We're a little over 3 hours deep, and so it's been a good show. I appreciate Kev being Johnny on the spot and hopping in, and Smash, you popping in from time to time, and Penguins, you've been here for a big portion of this, so I appreciate everybody for tuning in for the chat. It's just been really good. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the new system and that you like the new stuff that I've invested into, because if not, I put a lot of work into something y'all don't like, but hopefully good quality, nice stuff. Using Discord again will open up some new opportunities, and hopefully you guys will come check out the chat more often. And anytime again that you see the Grown Folks stream up, come hang out with us and give us a subscribe so that you know that we're live, and then come talk in the chat, because again, we're a Twitch affiliate. I'm trying to grow that and trying to get that going. Of course, you'll see PUBG on here a lot. You'll see some Warzone on here. You'll see some of Penguins Grown Folks Baseball League, which you guys got to help Penguins out, man. Let's start playing games again. Jesus. But yeah, lots of cool games, lots of fun stuff. Maybe even get back to golf here pretty soon. So this is it, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. What's going to happen is we'll go through 5-minute advances after the Falcons' last pick here. We'll get you off into preseason number 4. I will set Bloop's settings exactly like he has them, since people seem to really love them and they seem to play smoothly. And we'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. So get those week 4 preseason games in. Closing thoughts, throwing it over to Kevin.
Good luck in Madden, or good luck in season 91. You might as well get the trophy ready for the Falcons.
Throwing it over to you, Mr. Penguins. Put a bow on it.
Good luck to everybody in season 91. Let's all give it our best shot. I know we're all burnt out. We're all tired and sick with COVID and everything, and we all just want to be done. But let's put it all together here, people, and give it one more run. Give D-Money a good run for his money. Let's just not hand it to him here.
Let's do it. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to put the stream on an intermission, which means it'll play some music in the background. I know music was pretty loud a while ago, so I turned it down. So the music will be on in the background. You'll still be able to watch, and so even if you're at work or whatever, you can see me do my thing and see it advance. And then after we get to week 4, I'll go ahead and take the stream down. So for everybody that tuned in tonight, I appreciate you. Lots of love from me. Don't take me serious at all. I was just being entertaining. Some of you did piss me off, and I'm not your biggest fan right now, but most of you I love, and all of this is for fun and entertainment, and I hope it came across that way. And if it didn't, be a big boy and grow up. It's okay. We can all have fun from time to time. So let's go play some football, guys. We'll see you.
Have a good one.
Yep.